I mean, if you ask me, the Ravens game, it was time to go. It's time to sound the alarm. It's time to. The sense of urgency has to be at an all-time high. We can't go out here and lose. And however you want to shade it and however you want to lace it up so the pressure doesn't seem, real or whatever it may be. But the pressure is real, and this is reality. We've lost 4 games in a row after winning 3. And we can't lose too many more if we want to do a team. If we want to be a team that we set out to be at the beginning of the year. If we want to go out here and win games later on in the postseason, the time is now.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds as if he understands that the locker room doesn't feel like they're panicking when they should be, and he doesn't sense an urgency from the locker room. Because when you have to say that when it's obvious, you started the year 3-0, you beat the 2 New York football teams who stink, in the Jets and the Giants, and then you beat the Jaguars. And then up against
your home for high school sports in the Cooley region is WKTY La Crosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Since 1948, WKTY has been covering all of the best and biggest high school matchups from La Crosse Central, La Crosse Logan, Holman, Onalaska, and Aquinas. And that tradition continues on today. Now we send it down to the field for WKTY's own Drew Kelly.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome into high school playoff football right here on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Tonight it is level 2 of the high school football playoffs, where this evening the Onalaska Hilltoppers, who pulled off a shocker against Mount Horeb last week, travel up to Rice Lake to take on the Warriors in a place they've been familiar with these past 4 or 5 years. Lisa Mathiel, Drew Kelly live with you this evening. And Lisa, obviously a lot of history between these two teams. They know their styles. They know how they're going to play. And Onalaska looking to get off another upset win against the number 3 seed.
Yeah, and I think that they're ready to do it. It's an absolutely beautiful night here. This is a beautiful field in Rice Lake. We are precipitation free, which is always nice this late in the season. We're sat up beautifully outside, great views right in front of the Onalaska crowd. It's going to be loud, it's going to be ruckus. We talked on the way up here, it's got to be about ball security, and it's got to be about the fewest amount of mistakes that Onalaska can make and stopping the run from Rice Lake, because we know that that's what they're going to do.
Rice Lake likes to pound it, no question about it, as the style of the different styles are really going to be the key to the game. If Onalaska can kind of mix in the pass, mix in the ground game, and still be able to control the clock, be able to keep the Warriors off the field, and conversely converting on third downs, getting off the field on third downs, because if they get a lead after 21 points or more, it's going to be tough for the Hilltoppers to come back, just simply because of that ball control offense. So getting off to a good start is key.
It is key. And Onalaska won the toss, chose to defer, so Rice Lake will start the game off with possession. And we discussed that Coach Yashinsky, I don't know in the history of my covering Onalaska Hilltopper games, that he's ever taken the ball on a win for the coin toss.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to have the national anthem as presented by the colors here in Rice Lake.
The color guard getting set to go out here. Taking a look at a couple of numbers before we take a break. Christian Lindau, the fullback, really the main key for them rushing the football. 95 carries, 462 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Elliot Nolan, kind of the speed back, 57 carries, 339, and 3 touchdowns. And Cole Fensky, their quarterback, he's going to be able to throw and run the football, as he is 80 carries, 303 yards, and 6 touchdowns, along with a 60% completion percentage, 10 touchdowns, and an interception as well. Going to be a fun one here tonight. Level 2 of the high school football playoffs. We'll also keep you updated on all the other scores from around the area. Aquinas in action tonight. Bangor in action tonight. West Salem in action tonight. So a lot of local football still played here in Level 2. Going to take a 3-minute break as they have the national anthem, and we'll be back just right after this for the kickoff. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
If you're a sports fan, you can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY. When I went out to Los Angeles to start shooting Sports Jeopardy, Alex calls me up in that Alex Trebek voice. He said, let's go to dinner. And we went to dinner. We're the only ones in the restaurant, all the way in the back. He was a gentleman. He was graceful. There was kindness there. And he just said, look, ask me anything you want. If I can help you in any way to understand this transition. Now, keep in mind, there were already articles out there that I was being brought in to audition to replace Alex Trebek, which was not true, was not interested in doing that job. Then I told Alex, before we get started with dinner, I don't want your job. And he says, you're not getting it. And then we just laughed.
Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Hey, lacrosse, don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day from 11 to 2 right here on WKTY. Join me to discuss our favorite sports teams like the Brewers, Packers, Badgers, Bucks, and a lot more. I'm going to give you my opinion, speak with expert guests, and I'm going to chat with you as well. Just give me a call. The Bill Michaels Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on Western Wisconsin sports talk leader, WKTY.
You want to stay connected to all things Wisconsin sports. That's why you've got the free WKTY app available for download now. All the best in WKTY program, like the WKTY Morning Show with Dave Carney, Dan Patrick, Jim Rome, and the Wisco Sports Show with Grant Bills. Watch live high school and college sports on the WKTY app in high def, and catch up with WKTY on your time with WKTY podcasts. Download the free WKTY app now in Apple iTunes, Google Play, and Roku.
My name is Bryce Crowley. I'm a design consultant, project manager for Kitchen Solvers.
And I'm Jim from Sign Pro.
We've got both vans that we use to operate. Yeah, they're both wrapped.
Good design is something we really appreciate.
We've got big graphics on them, big colorful kitchen pictures that draw people's attention, and we have people call all the time. Yeah, we saw your van. We want you to come look at our kitchen. So,
you know, Bryce, you bring up a really good point. You don't need a huge fleet to make vehicle wrapping effective. You have 2 vans wrapped, but they still really impact your image.
Image is everything when it comes to a business. Get compliments on them all the time.
A good vehicle wrap is an investment in your business.
Yeah, most definitely investment. I mean, like I say, we get calls frequently that people saw our van, and that's how we get the word of mouth. My dad, that's basically his office. And so, yeah, being able to look sharp going down the road is important to him.
So to upgrade your company image and your mobile office, you know where to go.
Go to a pro. Sign Pro. 7823456.
Back here at Rice Lake High School, Drew Kelly, Lisa Mateo, live with you this evening. Officially, the name of the stadium, Gary State Bank Stadium. Is there anything more Wisconsin than that?
No.
I don't think there is either. I think that is just epitomizes the state of Wisconsin as a whole.
Maybe if it were specific brat or cheese.
Right.
Dairy Bank. I mean, yeah, I feel that. That's cool.
So we are live here at Rice Lake, a beautiful facility. It's a turf field and no precipitation to worry about anyway, so this should be a fantastic football game. Players are going to be fast on their feet and hopefully not sliding around too much as Ben Foss will put the ball on the tee and get set to boom it away to the Rice Lake Warriors. Warriors will be in their blue jerseys, yellow pants with a blue trim, yellow numbers, and yellow helmets. Onalaska in the white jerseys, purple helmets, and purple trim as well. as the Hilltoppers are getting set to go here. As Ben Foss will get set to go.
Over under on a squib kick. I think he's going to kick it deep.
We'll see if Coach Jashinsky has some tricks up his sleeve to start tonight's level 2 matchup. It'll be Cole Fensky, one of the return men, the quarterback, so he's going to be involved in a lot of the special teams this evening as well. Foss will run up to the ball and boom this one away. It's a straight end-over-end kick taken on a hop at the 7-yard line. And a nice return up the middle, breaking through, and it's a sea of green all the way to the end zone for Alex Bologna.
I don't think that's the way Coach Jashinsky wrote that up.
Alex Bologna goes right up the middle of the field. A few players for Onalaska had a chance on him, but after he got to the 45-yard line, it was nothing but pay dirt, and with 13 seconds into the game, it's 6-0 Warriors.
It was a great setup by the special teams on Rice Lake. If you go and you look at that film, how they were all bunched up right there, and number 11 was just waiting for them, make sure that they had their block, and he just peeled open, and Onalaska couldn't do anything about it.
Very, very patient run that time, waiting for those blocks to set up and using the speed once he got out in the open field. So that high-powered offense of Rice Lake doesn't have to do anything as they take a kickoff return 94 yards for a touchdown. And it is 6-0, as we mentioned, 11:47 to go in this first quarter.
And they'll go for 2.
Yep. It'll be Cole Fensky, the quarterback, lining up. Wingbacks on either side of the formation. Now they send one in motion. It's a handoff up the middle to the fullback. That's their big fella, number 6, Christian Lindau. And he is in for the 2-point conversion. Onalaska made him fight for it, but he still gets in from 2 yards away. So 8-0, 11:47 to go in this opening quarter. We'll keep it here for the time being. And Lisa, you just got to get your mental focus back on the game and say that this is a brand new game starting at 8-0.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Jashinsky will talk to the guys, and there's so much time. I mean, that's 13 seconds, right? One
into the
play.
First game, in the first quarter, right?
Definitely a momentum builder for Rice Lake. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They've had Onalaska's number in playoffs, level 1, level 2 in the past, and so Onalaska needs to overcome that mental deficit, if you will. And like you said, just it's 0-0. Let's get started. Let's just pretend the kickoff is now and move forward. So.
For sure. We were looking at the stats as well. They are a first quarter team this year. They are handily outscoring their opponents in the first quarter. So we'll see if their fast start offense can get going as we get the kickoff coming up from number 82 for Rice Lake. And that is going to be Jace Fitzgerald. So Fitzgerald will boom it deep.
And Nicky Odom is back there, so he's got the same type of speed.
He does. And they're going to kick it to Odom. Not going to be afraid to do it, and he's going to be forced all the way back to his 2-yard line, and he stepped into the end zone. Automatic touchback, and so the Hilltoppers will start at their own 20 with 11:46 to go in this opening quarter. 8-0 Warriors on top of the Hilltoppers.
He had quite a bit of running room, too.
He did.
The special teams hadn't made it down to the 25, so had he not stepped in, he might have got some room there. So we'll see what they come out with. We've talked about this. They're a pass-heavy team. We'll see if they come out with something spectacular right away.
2 receivers out to the left side, none to the right. Going to be a shotgun formation. Aiden Larson running back to his left. Wingback lined up to the right side of the formation. They send Nicky Odom in motion from right to left. A handoff up the middle this time. Bouncing open through a hole. A nice run that time by number 28 for Onalaska. And that was Brady Kuhn.
Saving that.
Yeah.
A touchdown save and run there for sure.
11:38 to go first quarter. And a good start by the Hilltoppers, who used their running game to effective there. It's going to be Kuhn and number 27, Robert Bonner, the 2 running backs we see most featured in this game. Here's a high snap to Larson. He's able to hand it off to the running back, number 28 again. That is Brady Kuhn, and he picks up maybe a yard on the play. Really kind of jammed up in the middle of the defensive line there, 2nd down and 9. They get 2nd and 8, out to the 32-yard line.
I still have not acquired bifocals, which I should have.
11:04 to go.
Given our great location.
Right. It's going to be different, yeah.
Yeah.
Different than the UWL and Onalaska press boxes. We'll say that. Second down and 7, 10:51 to go first quarter. 8-0 Rice Lake. A flag flies from the near side judge, and they call false start. Both Michael Skemp as well as Nicky Odom sitting on that side of the formation. And it'll be a 5-yard penalty, pushing him back to the 28-yard line. So it'll be second down and 12 at the 28-yard line. We'll see if Onalaska can get those penalty yardages back for the third down play upcoming. 2 receivers out to each side. Under center is Aiden Larson. They send a tight end out in motion to the left side. It's a wide receiver screen to Odom. Odom cuts through a defender's tackle and gets out to about the 35-yard line. He's going to be 5 yards shy. Pickup of 7 there on 2nd and 12.
I was unable to garner officials for this game as well, and what conference they're from, so don't have any availability to give them some credit for their season.
Third down and 7. They say he got 5. Set to the bounds at the 33-yard line. Shotgun formation. 3 receivers right and 1 left. And here is the fake handoff. Rolled out to the right side by Larson. And he still has space going over the middle. It's going to be complete. Did he hang on? He did.
Great catch by Michael Skemp.
Matty Burnett over the middle for 25 yards all the way down to the 44-yard line. Onalaska converts a big third down there. Nice catch there. Took a shot as well. I thought he was going to drop it, but hung on to that football.
Told you I needed new glasses. I thought that was a 3 and not a 5.
First down and 10. Skemp will get his catches, no doubt about it. First down and 10 here with 10:18 to go first quarter. They send Nicky Odom in motion from right to left this time. Handoff is to Kuhn. Kuhn is going to drive his legs to the 39, make it the 39.5-yard line, really, as it's a pickup of 4 or 5 on the play. Second and medium upcoming.
And there's Bologna again assisting with that tackle. So clearly not only speedy on special teams, but a great coverage on defense, able to lock up the corner, the outside there, so that Onalaska couldn't run any further. Pushed him back, actually, I think, a yard or 2.
Second down and 5. Pickup of 4.5, maybe 5 yards on the play. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Kuhn again in the shotgun with Larson. A draw play. A little bit of a miscommunication to the backfield, as it was a little bit more delayed of a handoff than it really probably could have been, as it's a nice job, though, by the offensive line to keep their blocks, as Kuhn got another 3-4 yards.
I think the delay actually helped the play to get a few extra yards. They've done a good job so far, running up, running left, running right, the pass. So I'm surprised that they're not passing it a little bit more, but maybe that helps establish the run, the passing game establishes the run game, and we'll see what happens.
Get that play action game going a little bit here. Here's the snap to Larson. Read option, keeper by Larson. Nice hesitation move, then cuts up field and gets a first down to the 31-yard line. 5-yard pickup when he needed 2. So the Hilltopper is effectively moving their way down the field here. Almost already inside of Warrior red zone territory.
We'll also have to let our listeners and watchers know, as you see, we are in the stands. So you may see people standing up and hearing some loud cheering. Apologize for that, but unfortunately, based on our location, that's the best we're going to do, and that's live video.
Yes, it is. Live radio, live video, no question about it. You can watch this game on WKTYSports.com/video, the WKTY app, as well as around River City on Roku and Apple TV. First down and 10 at the 32-yard line. 1 receiver right, 3 left. Larson feels some pressure, fires to the left side, complete to by number 5, Matty Burnett, and he picks up 6 yards out to the 25-yard line. And 2nd and 4 upcoming.
Feels like maybe half of Onalaska has arrived here, as they filled up half of the stands and a very full student section. So
did bring a bus.
Yeah. Couple buses, a student bus and an adult bus, so definitely quite well attended. So for those who were unable to make it or thought maybe it was a little too cold, I'm glad that we could bring that to you, so thanks to our sponsors for that.
Absolutely. Firefighters Credit Union and Brad Paff, the State Farm agent. Kurt Paff, Kurt Paff, your local State Farm agent. Here is the snap on a read option to Nicky Odom. He's going to get stretched to the sideline. Barely got back to the first down. Good job by him to get what he could. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. Nicky Odom on the design run right to him. Direct snap.
It's a good thing he's fast because they had that corner. If anyone else, that would have been a loss of about 5 yards.
So Odom instead keeps it 3rd down and short. Going to be 3rd and 3. They got to get to the 21-yard line for a first down. Currently at the 25. 2 receivers out to the left side. Now a couple tight ends move that way as well. Shotgun formation for Larson. Larson keeps it himself, follows those blockers, lowers his shoulder. He's going to be short by about a yard to the 23-yard line.
Let's see where they spot it. That's pretty close.
It is.
Maybe they'll bring out the measurement.
Got to get those folks something to do as the game wears on and the cold starts to increase.
Yeah, you got to keep moving.
4th down and 1.
All
They're going
right.
to say just short by about a half yard. So 4th down and 1. Both teams, fans of both teams getting into it here. 1 receiver, make it 2 out to the right side, none to the left. Shotgun formation and a handoff to Kuhn, and they pushed it back to Larson.
Wow.
He picks up a first down.
So
Unbelievable. Kuhn was getting dragged down in the backfield, just tossed it to Aiden Larson, who was standing right there, and Larson does the rest. What a heads-up play.
Definitely not the design of how that went. I would have liked to bet on Coach Ash did not draw it up that way.
No.
Great defense by the Warriors to break through the offensive line and get him right there in the backfield.
The linebacker shooting through the crease and getting Kuhn for a big loss, and then just pitching it to Larson, who turns it into a first down. So 2 receivers right, tight end that way as well. Play action fake. Larson has pressure from behind, and he drags himself closer to the line of scrimmage. Is still going to lose 2 on the sack, and it's 2nd and 12.
Looks like we've got an Onalaska player down.
Yep, looks like an offensive lineman. There was a lot of bodies there.
Grabbing a back of a knee, and I don't have a number yet.
No, we'll keep it here for the time being before we figure out what we'll do. It's going to be 2nd down and 12. Obviously, always a tough thing when you're offensive lineman. You're trying to, protect what you have in front of you, and unfortunately, just sometimes people get rolled up on, and that seems to be the case here.
Looks like 52 Caleb Yang.
Yep. So 2nd down and 12, 5:41 to go, opening quarter, 8-0 Rice Lake. Onalaska is driving. We're going to take a break here. Be back in just a minute. And this is high school playoff football on WKTY.
If it's happening in Wisconsin sports, you'll hear about it on the Wisco Sports Show.
It feels like Aaron Rodgers, it's like he discovered drugs and he's just high all the time. I don't know what it is. I want to slap him. Hey! I want to go to a Super Bowl, okay? This is about me now, all right? We've done this thing for 10 years where we have injured collarbones and, the onside kick, that's funny, ha ha ha. What are the odds? And then, we kick a field goal in the NFC Championship game this last year. Oh, that's nice. What a great coaching, a good learning experience from Matt LaFleur. I'm done, okay? I want to go to a Super Bowl. And it's lined up this year. Figure it out and just have an ounce, a shred of urgency, intensity. Is that too much to ask? I don't think so.
Talking Wisconsin sports with Grant Bills. It's the Wisco Sports Show. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on WKTY.
Back here at Rice Lake High School, Drew Kelly, Lisa Mathieu, live with you this evening. It'll be 1 receiver out to the right side, make it 2 to the right side. Aiden Larson on a reverse play. They're going to fake it up the middle. It's number 24, Casey Barth, who saw a wall right in front of him and wisely cut it up the field and picked up 2 yards on the play, 3rd and 10.
And just to give an update to our listeners and viewers, Caleb Yang, number 52, did walk off the field with some assistance based on the limp.
Yeah.
Drew and I think his return is probably doubtful. Hoping it's not too severe.
For sure. We'll see if he can get some treatment at halftime, see what happens. 1 receiver out to the right side, 3 to the left. And here's the play action fake, roll it to the left side, and Larson will fire a dart on the flat. It's caught there by number 10, Adam Skifton, and he is going to be about 5 yards short of a first down to the 11-yard line. Nice job there on the design rollout, and threw it across his body, but the target was on perfect.
Warriors are doing a great job of reading these plays, whether pass or run. They're really making Onalaska work for it. Obviously taking quite a bit of time. They've had possession now for almost 8 minutes.
Yep.
That's what Onalaska wants to do, is take time off so that the offense isn't on the field for the Warriors.
2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Aiden Larson in the shotgun formation. Roll out to the right this time. Couple of blockers helping him. And now Larson in trouble, firing to the end zone. That is going to be a dive, and it is a touchdown. Caught for a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Nicky Odom with a fantastic diving catch. It almost looked like Larson was throwing that away. Nicky Odom, though, the athlete that he is, comes up with the grab. And the Hilltoppers are 2 points down with 4:09 to go in this first quarter.
Unbelievable. I, too, thought Larson was just throwing it away to avoid the sack. And I can't believe Odom puts himself in that position to catch that ball. And we're going to go for one. Onalaska, rather, going to go for one here.
Yep. Kicking will be Ben Foss. And it is going to be an 8-7 game if he can knock this through. Here is the kick, and it is right through. So Foss gets it done. It's going to be 8-7.
Looks like it's good to the next town north.
Yes, absolutely. 8-7 ball game with 4:09 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a 60-second break. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
Did you know there's a proper way to hold and release your fish? Hi, I'm Kevin Millard, host of WKTY Outdoors, with some more outdoor tips for you. The Wisconsin DNR recently shared some good ideas on quickly and responsibly catching, photographing, and releasing your catch back into the water. There's some good ideas. First, have your camera or phone ready. The longer you have the fish out of the water, the more it affects its survival. Don't hold it by the jaw or gills. It can hurt the fish and could affect its survival. Hold the fish firmly with both hands. If you want it to look larger, hold it away from your body. Then once you get your pictures, gently release the fish back into the water. Don't just toss it back in. Remember, a good release can give another angler some great photographs and a great fishing memory, just like you. Get more outdoor tips every Saturday morning at 8 with WKTY Outdoors on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Back here at Rice Lake, Drew Kelly and Lisa Mathiel live with you this evening. A great response by Onalaska to get that touchdown after the long return. This time they just kick it diagonally to the up man, and Onalaska going to corral him to the 36-yard line. So Coach Yashinsky was not going to let that happen again.
No.
Back-to-back plays. Much
like teams don't kick to Nicky Odom, they're not going to kick back to Bologna there.
Yeah.
Or, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong,
right.
It's Bologna.
Trayton Bader was the man who was trying to avoid the special teams of Onalaska there. Still going to be pretty good field position to the 36-yard line, but obviously not a 94-yard touchdown return for a...
And we'll get our first look, truly, at the Onalaska defense.
Yep.
Now, this is really the first possession for the Warriors, and we'll see how well the defense has prepared. They've done really well against run all season.
Cole Fensky, the quarterback, under center. One receiver out to the right side and one to the left. A couple of wing backs and a fumbled snap. And I think Rice Lake,
the Warriors.
The Warriors did get up on top of it. It's going to be a loss of 2.
Christian Lindau, number 6, recovers.
Yep. That could have been a big play for the Hilltopper defense. They've been able to hop on that fumble, but as it stands, it's 2nd down and 12.
You could feel a collective breath hold
Yeah.
on both sides of the stadium here.
No question about it. That could have been a big play early here with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. So one receiver out to each side, wingbacks on either side of the formation as well, and Christian Lindau, the fullback, lined up behind Fensky, and he gets the handoff up the middle. Drags a couple of Onalaska defenders to the 40-yard line. He's going to be 6 yards short of that line to gain, and it's 3rd down and 6.
That was the exact same play that they had just run, just with no difficulty on the handoff.
Yep. So that's what they're going to do. Going to use that offensive line and just say beat them one-on-one. We'll see if the Hilltoppers can match them play for play. 2:56 to go here in this first quarter. Quick moving first quarter after that long drive by the Hilltoppers. Took up almost 8 minutes of clock. Receivers on right and left. Here is a runner in motion. Play action fake. Fensky has some time in the backfield going deep down the left sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. going for the return man, number 11, Alex Bologna.
Great defense by Adam Skifton to get his hand up just as that ball is coming. He wasn't able to turn around fast enough to locate it, but he did save a big play there. We talked earlier in the pregame about how much Rice Lake is a rushing team. They've only, in the entire season, attempted 92 passes and made 40, so definitely throwing is not something people expect out of Rice Lake Warriors. 16
touchdowns, 2 interceptions, though, for Fensky, so he can do it if he needs to, but they definitely want to pound the rock, preferably. Here is the punt, and it'll be a return by Odom. He's going to just let it go, and it bounces inside the 10, all the way down to the 2-yard line, all the way down to the 1. Maybe a mistake there by Nicky Odom as he had some space, but he let it go behind him, and it's going to be a 99-yard trip to the end zone for the Hilltoppers now.
I don't think that he felt the special teams of the Warriors was going to get down there fast enough.
Right.
As he ran away from the ball, I think that he thought it might take a bigger bounce and go into the end zone faster.
Yep. It's tough to read these field turfs and just the way the ball bounces. It's not always...
It's just the way the ball bounces.
Yeah, that's correct. It's just the way it does. This is what happens.
Right now, the Warriors are winning the special teams battle.
Yes, I would say that's correct.
I made you laugh, Drew.
A 69-yard punt and a 94-yard touchdown return for a touchdown. I would say that qualifies. First down and 10 at the 1. 2:26 to go in the first quarter. It'll be...
Are you still laughing? That's just
no.
I
was trying to figure out the tight end was almost lining up at center, but here's Aiden Larson in the shotgun formation. He's flushed out to the left side. He's still in the end zone. Got to let it go, and he does. Just threw it out of bounds, and I was lucky it was not a safety. It's going to be second down and 10 at the 1. See if they bring in big number 27, Robert Bonner, to push that pile a little bit, get him some space. 2:20 in the first quarter, 8-7. Onalaska with a big drive after giving up that return for a touchdown and then getting a 3-and-out defensively on the Rice Lake's first possession.
I think Onalaska would be completely content to run the field here all the way through till halftime.
Jet sweep in the end zone. Nick Odom is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe got a half yard, but the defense of Rice Lake flowing well side to side. No running room for the speedy Odom, and it's third down and 10. So still kind of in danger zone, especially for your punter. You want to make sure he has enough space to let that thing go with comfort. Right now there's really no space. He's going to be in the back of the end zone. Maybe just pick up 5 or 6 yards at the worst here and see what you can do. So another shotgun set. Larson with 2 receivers left and 1 right. And here is the rush by Larson. He's going to get what he can, and it's a safety. He got hit in the backfield. And it's now 10-7. And obviously that was going to be a precarious situation regardless. They tried to run him. He was flushed immediately, pressure in his face. And Rice Lake should have fantastic field position after Onalaska punts this one away. 1:36 to go. Here in this first quarter, it's now a 3-point game.
And Onalaska's got one of the best kickers, so if it does come down to that, he was nailing them from 35 yards pregame, and with there being no wind at all right now, that really is in their favor. So we'll see, how that plays out down to the rest of the game. And Onalaska's defense is, again, they did a good job holding them on the last possession. Do it again, and then just start over.
Get the ball back to your offense as the Hilltoppers will kick off from their own 20-yard line.
Looks like the Rice Lake Warriors got a version of the McDonald's Hamburglar down there for Halloween.
Trying to get the fans into it.
Or a shorter version of the Undertaker known as Under.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting Halloween outfit.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Belangia,
I don't think they'll kick it to him again.
My guess
is they'll sort of squib it.
Yep. Ben Foss back to kick it off. Fensky also back there to receive if it gets to him. And here is the diagonal kick again. And it's going to take a nice hop inbounds. And the return man, number 24 for Rice Lake, That was Kelvin Kelsey. He avoids a Onalaska tackler and gets out across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
And 24, Casey Barth for Onalaska originally had him locked up there, missed that opportunity to tackle. Lucky to get an additional, 7 to 10 yards right there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Rice Lake 46. 1:32 left in this first quarter. 10-7 the score. The Warriors on top of the Hilltoppers. And obviously Onalaska will have possession of the football when we start the second half. Plenty of time before that, though. One receiver line up to the left side. Wingbacks on either side of the formation. And it's Lindau, the running back, the fullback rather, right behind Fensky. And it'll be Lindau who is stuffed after a gain of 2, driven back by a host of Hilltopper defenders, including number 58, Alex Batista, in there for the stop.
It seemed like a really long delay on the whistle there to end that play, as they were sort of stalwarted there in the middle with a bunch of people not going anywhere.
It's going to be a gain of 1 officially, so 2nd down and 9 at the 47-yard line as we near a minute to go left in this opening quarter. One receiver lined up to the left side, that is Bologna. And Bologna is the lone receiver. Wingbacks on either side once again of the formation. Fensky gets the call from the sideline. Maybe an audible here. Lindau right behind him. He's going to get the counter play on the double handoff. Now fumble on the field. And Onalaska has recovered at the 47-yard line. The second fumble of the night. The first time the Hilltoppers have pounced on it. And that was number 12 for Onalaska. Aiden Summerfield able to get on the ball, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Hilltopper 47-yard line.
And that was fumbled by ball carrier 8, Carson Tomish, there, and I think he just lost it. It didn't look like there was any contact that caused it, or maybe he was just trying to move it from one arm to the other. But Onalaska really catching a break right here. Let's see if they can capitalize and get something on the board here, even maybe before the quarter ends.
Yes, 37 seconds left. So you got a high-powered attack. Here is the draw play to Kuhn, and Kuhn is met at the line of scrimmage and driven back. So maybe even lost a yard. He did. So that time the delayed draw did not pay off. It's going to be 2nd down and about 12. So once again, the defensive line to Rice Lake is nothing to sneeze at. They are in the backfield in a hurry on some of these plays, as we are going to get a timeout for an injured player. Not sure if it's just a cramp or what the situation is, but
I can't tell if it's number 55, Michael Hellickson, or 56, Walker Kudrin, for the Rice Lake Warriors. That's down. Again, another mention for my glasses. I don't want to admit that I'm getting old, but I'm having some difficulty going back and forth. Hopefully that's nothing too serious and that he can walk off.
Yep. 15 seconds to go as we have a injury timeout. We'll just keep it here for the time being. Obviously, the Hilltoppers, I think you got to feel pretty good the way, with everything that you've overcome. Obviously, the safety and the 94-yard touchdown return by Bologna. And you're right in this game with a chance to tie it or take the lead before the end of the first quarter.
Well, and quite frankly, before the injury timeout, it looked like with the clock running down that the Onalaska Hilltoppers were going to be perfectly happy with just letting time expire, kind of resetting themselves and then coming back out for the second quarter. We'll see now with the timeout where they've got some time to maybe draw something up, take one shot, see what happens. You've got to protect the ball regardless. We've talked about that. The team with the fewest mistakes is who's going to win.
Especially here in playoff football, it's definitely a mistake time. All these teams are really high-quality teams at this level, and the ones that don't put themselves in bad situations and shoot themselves in the foot usually come out on top. It is number 56 for Rice Lake there, and that is Tate Schomer. So Schomer gets helped off the field a little bit.
Oh, I called off the wrong. I thought, wow, those names did look familiar to me. Sorry about that, Warriors. I apologize. I will get some bifocals here in the next couple of weeks.
2nd down and 11 here as the Hilltoppers will kind of wait before they get back to the football.
I didn't want to scare them.
They're going to run the clock. My apologies, Lisa. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It is 10-7. Really fun football game so far. We'll see what the second quarter brings us. A 60-second timeout, and we'll be back after this. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
What's happening in our community. Here are some items from our calendar to put on your calendar. Aquinas High School proudly presents the acclaimed musical, The Sound of Music, with music and lyrics by Rodgers and Hammerstein. Performances are Friday, November 12th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, November 13th and 14th at 2 p.m. All the performances are in Aquinas' Campbell Theater. Masks will be required of all audience members. Tickets are $10 for general seating and are available at the Aquinas High School office or at the door 30 minutes before the performance. We hope to see you there. If you've got an event you'd like to get the word out about, go to aroundrivercity.com and add your event to our calendar. Then, check out some of the other activities going on in our community.
Lisa Mateel as a pass out to the flat intended for number 3. Michael Skemp goes a little bit wayward, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11. That was the first play from scrimmage in the second quarter, as the Hilltoppers will face a 3rd down and long. They've had a couple of those on that last drive that they scored a touchdown on and were able to pick it up. We'll see if they can this time. It'll be a 3-receiver set. Make it 4 receivers, 3 out to the right side, 1 to the left.
Trips.
Yep, trips to the right. One of your favorite words,
it is.
Lisa.
I love it.
Here is a nice throw down the right sideline, going for Skemp again. Incomplete. Great coverage. And broken up just as the ball arrived. And it's going to be 4th down and 11.
The Warriors defender could not have timed that any better. Had he gone 1 more millimeter or 1 more millisecond. Yeah, I'm getting a little cold. It probably would have been flagged for interference, but that was an absolute perfect defense. Great pass by Aiden Larson. I'm sort of surprised that Skemp didn't catch that.
Yep.
But
just really good coverage. Got to give the credit. Chase Fitzgerald just made the difference there. And now a flag. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6 as they add a encroachment penalty.
Is that an automatic first down, though?
It'll be a 5-yard penalty, so it'll still be 4th down. It'll be 4th down and 6.
That was a 5 and an automatic.
That'd be nice.
Well, yeah, it's like two gifts and one penalty, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 4th down and 6.
Well, that's so much better.
We'll keep the punting unit out on the field for now.
A topper of the hills.
But you do try to push them back a few more yards. Bologna lining up at the 23-yard line, and Onalaska fans screaming for another offside penalty. It's going to be an angled kick to Bologna out at the 14-yard line. He's dancing up the right sideline. Finally, he is run out of bounds at about the 21, 22-yard line. And that's where the Warriors will take over on their next possession.
And I think there wasn't a call there because they hadn't snapped the ball while he was in that neutral zone.
Yep.
Had they snapped it, it would have been a free play then. But
previously touched the player in front of him also. That was kind of the difference in that one when they called it. So it'll be 1st down and 10 at the Rice Lake 21-yard line, almost exactly on the 20. And Fensky and company will come out to get another drive into the end zone, maybe. 1 receiver out to the left side and 1 to the right. Once again, Fensky under center. Right behind him is number 6, Christian Lindau. And receiver goes in motion, and it's a pitch to him, and nice tackle, throwing him down to the ground. And there's Lindau. Got the handoff. It's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play.
Like tackle was made by Sebastian Smith, number 7 for Onalaska.
Nice form tackle as he picks up maybe 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 to the 23-yard line.
Onalaska's they've really got to rely on each other and make sure that they're playing their own area, and they've got to not overplay and not underplay, and make sure that you're doing your assignment.
2nd down and 8, going to be pretty hard to pick up some of those reads on the option fakes and keepers. And here's the read option to the right side. It's going to be Fensky throwing this time, and he fires a bullet complete. And falling to the ground is Bologna, but he gets a 1st down out to the 35-yard line, and that moves the chains for the Rice Lake Warriors. 10:55 to go. We talked that Fensky can throw the ball when he needs to. 16 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Saw a little bit of that on that play there.
Well, and clearly, based on stats and previous games, you're going to prep your defense for a run.
Yep.
So the more that Rice Lake throws the ball, the more that's not something that is probably been in the scheme, or they didn't practice as much.
First down and 10 after the completion. And here is the keeper this time. It's going to be Fenske keeping it, going up the field. Nice job faking it to number 6, Christian Lindau, and he picks up another first down out to the 48-yard line.
I think the Warriors got away with a little bit of a hold there in the backfield, which is what set the quarterback Fenske free in order to gain all that yardage.
First down,
unfortunately.
First down and 10 to the 48-yard line. Hilltoppers got a fumble around here their last time defensively. We'll see if they can strip it here again. One receiver lined up to the right side, wingbacks on either side of the formation. Under center is Fenske. They do send one wingback in motion. It's going to be a fullback dive, and rumbling through the second level of the defense is number 42, Easton Stone.
On the play by Levi Bolster.
Nice run right up the gut that time. It'll be 3rd down and inches. Like it's 2nd and 1.
And regardless of the runner, the Warriors right now, whoever's got the ball, they know to just churn the legs.
Yep.
Just keep churning, don't stop moving. And it's just that much more difficult to tackle and bring down a player when their legs just aren't stopping.
Yep. 2nd down and 1. One receiver out to the right side. A couple of wingbacks and a fullback in the backfield. Here is the play action fake. Little shot out to the flat again, and Bologna is going to drag an Onalaska defender across the 35 to the 33-yard line. And Mr. Hamburger once again makes his appearance in front of the cameras here on WKTYsports.com/video, the WKTY app, as well as around River City on Roku and Apple TV.
Should we call him the Under-Burglar?
Under-Burglar? I like it. I think that's going to stick.
Sort of Hamburglar, sort of Undertaker, but too short.
Yeah.
The Under-Burglar. Now, if he had a striped shirt on, it'd really be something.
That would definitely be the Hamburger for sure.
Yeah.
One receiver out to the left side, that's Bologna. 2 wingbacks and a fullback in the backfield for Rice Lake. They send Lindauer in motion, and it's going to be a read option keeper. Fenske's going to keep it, and he's slung down across the 30-yard line to the 29-yard line. Matty Burnett takes him down after a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6.
Great defense, too, by just following, keeping him zoned in, not letting him break that outside, and holding him to, very, very little gain.
2nd and 6 after the 4-yard pickup. And Fenske kind of keeps faking it long after he's past the line of scrimmage, so it keeps your defense on your toes.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be ready for it at any time he is on the field. Here's the handoff this time once again, bouncing off tacklers and rumbling inside the 25 to the 44. Easton Stone, and he's like a stone to bring down right now. It's impossible with the way he is churning those legs. 3rd and 1.
A little chippiness happening between a couple of the players on Alaska, talking to the officials like, they've got something to talk about.
Yep.
And we'll see if that plays out and creates any more drama or anything later in the game. Obviously, these teams want to win because it's win or go home.
Level 2 of the high school football playoffs. One receiver out to the right side, none left. As here is the handoff to Stone again. Big hole left side of the line, and he gets to the 20-yard line. I think Onalaska might have been expecting a fake there, but they just used Stone to power his way down to the 20, and it's inside the Onalaska red zone. 7:28 to go in this first half. Drew Kelly, Lisa Mateel, live with you this evening.
Alex Batista just came in for Donovan Olson on Onalaska defense.
Trying to mix things up here, slow down this Rice Lake rushing attack that so far has been very effective. They're probably their best drives so far of the night. And Coach Yashinsky is going to take his time out and talk things over as his guys are in a little bit of a jam defensively. We've got 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for Rice Lake when we come back. 30-second timeout. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
You want to stay connected to all things Wisconsin sports. That's why you've got the free WKTY app available for download now. All the best in WKTY program, like the WKTY Morning Show with Dave Carney, Dan Patrick, Jim Rome, and the Wisco Sports Show with Grant Bills. Watch live high school and college sports on the WKTY app in high def, and catch up with WKTY on your time with WKTY podcasts. Download the free WKTY app now in Apple iTunes, Google Play, and Roku.
back here as the Hilltoppers will have, Rice Lake will have first down and 10. We'll see what happens with the Rice Lake defense. Rice Lake offense, rather, after this timeout by Coach Yashinsky, trying to get a little bit more of a stand. And it was right up the middle of the field so far on this drive. That started back at the 21-yard line. One receiver out right, one left. Fensky, play action fake, goes over the middle for Bologna, and Bologna is wide open in the middle of the field for the touchdown, Rice Lake.
Looks like a couple of the Onalaska secondary talking to each other like, yep. I thought you had him, no, I thought you had him. So blown coverage there by the secondary, and we're going to have to see what Coach Yashinsky has got up his sleeves for the next 7 minutes and what kind of adjustments he can make defense and offensive-wise at halftime to kind of stop this Rice Lake Warrior train.
It'll be 16-7 with the two-point conversion upcoming. One receiver out to each side of the formation. A couple of backs in the backfield along with a fullback. And here is the pitch play to number 26 and a reverse. A reverse as they try the reverse pass. It was number 9, Tegan Schrewer, trying to find Fensky out in the flat.
Aiden Sommerfeld gets his big paws in the air and bats that ball down. So
a couple of big plays for Summerfield. He had also had the fumble recovery as well. So he's played a nice game so far.
So really, if you think about it, 3 plays maybe.
Yeah.
Rice Lake's had the kickoff and then the safety. I mean, that's 10 points right there, and we're at 16. So Onalaska's really given up one drive.
Yep. That was their first
and
drive
recovered
there.
a fumble. Rice Lake's had a fumble but recovered one. So it's not horrible right now for the Hilltoppers.
No,
there's certainly opportunities to overcome.
16-7, and you feel like you're not playing very well, but you're still right in the game. You just have to cut down those mistakes. So we talked about that. The team with the least amount of mistakes is going to probably come out here with a win. And so far, it's been the Rice Lake Warriors, and plus the big play on the special teams.
Well, and we talk too about we talk about quarter success, right? So Onalaska, first quarter, second quarter, have been tremendously successful. Excuse me, it's getting a little chilly. Successful in that they've outscored their opponents tremendously. Third and fourth quarter this season, not Onalaska's quarter.
Yep.
So you'd think that they would want to be up as the ball goes into the end zone there for a touchback. That they would want to be up at halftime in order to not to have to come from behind. But he might be just comfortable. Look, we're down 9 right now. That's a touchdown and a field goal, and we're in it. So we'll have to see what happens here.
Still plenty of time left in this first half, and I don't think they're going to be running the clock out just yet, as the Hilltoppers will probably just run their similar offense.
I'd like to see him do a little bit more passing. And maybe not necessarily deep balls, but just some crossing routes, something in the flats where they can get yards after the catch. We don't need bomb passes every time we pass.
Nikki Odoms had a couple of big catches, but otherwise it's been a run-heavy offense, and it continues here with Kuhn as he picks up 4 yards on the play. Goes between right guard and right tackle, and it's second down and 6. 6:55 to go until halftime.
And maybe the thought process, let's just pound the ball up the middle, pull the secondary in, open it up, and then we'll start the pass game. Maybe he's got a first half plan and a second half plan. That's why we don't coach, right? That's why we sit here and watch and talk.
That's why they pay him the big bucks. 2 receivers out to the right side and 2 to the left. Shotgun formation for Aiden Larson, as he will look over the Rice Lake defense and finally take the snap. Straight back in the pocket, 3-step drop off to the right side, and nobody was really open. Skifton was right there, but he would have been hit hard at the sticks, and it's going to be third down and 6. Good pressure immediately in the face of Larson as well to make that a little bit more difficult. And a big third down here. You can't go 3 and out after they've given out that long run for a touchdown or the long drive for a touchdown.
Well, right, and Rice Lake would have excellent field position. Rice Lake went 6-1 in the regular season. I mean, they're an excellent team. So I'm not surprised at how well they're playing.
Delayed draw again. It's Kuhn. Kuhn fumbles the football. They say he was down. He's going to be short by about 3 yards. It'll be 4th down and 3. That's the second time they've run that draw play, waiting for about 5 seconds before Kuhn gets the handoff.
Well, and it's a plenty of room. I mean, had he not lost the ball, I think he would have easily gotten the first down. So we're going to have to see what happens if they're going to go for it and rely on the defense for the next few minutes, or if they're going to punt the ball out. 4th
down and 2. It's going to be at the Onalaska 28-yard line. Got the punting formation out there at least. Bologna is standing at his own 40-yard line waiting for the punt. And it's Larson under center. Larson is going to try for the sneak, and that second effort might have gotten him the first down. But it's going to be close. I think he's going to be short, actually.
We're going to see where they spot it.
The far side official is coming at about the 24.5-yard line. And they have to, I would imagine you have to bring the chain gang in for this one.
Yeah. I think that he stepped up into that pocket
They gave it to him. Wow.
Without the measurement. That's something.
Well, he did not have it at the start, and that second effort and that second push by the offensive line is what made the difference there before they finally blew the whistles dead. And I think it was still a generous spot as it was there.
Well, and it's hard to tell when you've got 22 bodies right there in that little hive. You know, you're kind of doing your best. But I'll tell you that right then, as he stepped up, they knew, Warriors knew it was coming.
Yes, they did. They definitely were checking and trying to get an audible. And here is a keeper, actually a handoff to Kuhn. Big run this time. Right side, Kuhn into the secondary all the way to the 44-yard line. So it seemed to be a 3-and-out. All of a sudden, a little bit more juice for the Onalaska offense.
They needed that. They needed that positive run, that positive yardage, something that they've been accustomed to throughout the season to help sort of jumpstart their momentum and see what they can do now the last 5 minutes of this half.
5:05 remaining in the first half. Live here at Rice Lake High School. Jerry's State Bank Stadium, the official sponsor of this field. One receiver out to each side of the formation, shotgun formation in the backfield. They send Mickey Omodum in motion. It's going to be a keeper by Aiden Larson. He's going to put his head down, but
defense
goes nowhere.
Not fooled at all,
Ran into a wall, essentially, of Warriors.
A wall
the tackle
of Warriors.
51.
Very nice.
That was Parker Owens.
A wall of Warriors. That's almost as hard to say as the Dairy State Bank Stadium. When it's like 45 below or 45 degrees outside and your lips get a little cold, your face gets a little chilly.
It doesn't turn out the way you want it to. We'll see how it goes in this fourth quarter because it's probably not going to get any warmer.
No.
3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Here's the pass out to the flat. It's caught there by Nicky Odom, now dropped. So Odom had the ball and he was hit out in the flat and dropped the football there. So it's going to be 3rd down and 11.
Elliot Nolan, number 25 for the Warriors, close rate was absolutely incredible. Had Onalaska caught that ball, there definitely would have been some yards after the catch, but the Warriors really stopped any of that and obviously created an incomplete pass by the tackle not allowing him to hold on.
3rd down and 11. Kuhn again on the backfield to the right of Larson in the shotgun. 3 receiver right out to the right side and 1 to the left. Larson fakes the handoff. Roll out to the right side. Feels pressure immediately. Larson has nobody open. Goes over the middle. Incomplete. Almost intercepted. He was trying to find Skifton, but it was number 42, Ethan Stone, who had a big offensive drive the last outgoing. He almost had a big defensive play there. It's going to be 4th down and 11.
I think he was counting 6 before he turned up field, just getting a little too excited. But boy, Onalaska got a gift there with that pass not being intercepted. So, again, trying to make the fewest mistakes possible. Keeping the ball, few penalties, that is key.
4th down and 11. Here's the punt. It's an end-over-end punt taken by Bologna. It goes off his chest pad, and now he's going to run to the left side of the formation. Onalaska fans looking for a block in the back. None coming, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 35-yard line.
That was borderline in
It was close, for sure.
It was,
It was close. You could say either behind or to the side. It depends, and also, you know, with these refs, it kind of depends on where you're standing.
Angle,
you just sometimes can't see it. So But 1st and 10 at the 34.
But again,
officially.
special teams for the Warriors just really bringing it tonight. I would say of offense, defense, special teams, I think right now the Warriors special teams is getting an A.
Yes, absolutely. And setting themselves up for the defense and the offense as well.
Yes.
So 1st down and 10 at the 34. Bologna, the lone receiver out on the left side. Under center, once again, is Cole Fenske. Fenske sends a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Stone up the middle. This time, Onalaska able to plug those gaps up the middle, and it's going to be a gain of maybe 2. So out to the 37, officially a gain of 3. 3:37 and counting left in this first half. Appreciate everybody tuning in on WKTY, WKTYSports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV. Bologna, the receiver on the right side this time. Wingbacks on either side of the formation. Fullback Stone right behind Cole Fenske. And Fenske keeps it himself this time. Actually, a handoff to Stone again. He's going to pick up maybe 3 out to the 41-yard line, making it 4. Brings up 3rd down and 3 upcoming.
I'll do my best to get some other area playoff scores as we talk. I will let you know some not necessarily in our area. DeForest is winning its 22-0 at just before halftime there, and as well Fond du Lac up on Sun Prairie 14-7 in the second quarter. So as those scores roll in, I'll be happy to share them, especially with the local MVC Cooley region area.
Here's a nice run by Stone, rumbling and stumbling and bumbling through Onalaska defenders. As Chris Berman would be proud, as it's all the way to the Onalaska 49-yard line.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
First down and 10.
Is that a good Chris Berman?
Yes, it is. I'm really impressed. It was Aquinas. It's 24-0 against Stanley Boyd. They are at UW La Crosse right now. So they're rolling, trying to get to the 3rd level. Get you some more scores as the night progresses. First down and 10 at the 49 of Onalaska for Rice Lake. Roll out to the right side, a pass by Fenske, and he fires to Bologna. It's caught along the sideline, and he is shoved out of bounds at the 22. They get the 32, my apologies. And so good protection again on the design rollout that time, and Bologna just takes the outside, and he's kind of their Nicky Odom, just the athleticism and the ability he possesses to separate from his defenders.
He's just having more success than the Hilltoppers are right now, and the Warriors obviously want to score again. I think that they feel momentum going into halftime with the success they've had in the past regarding the Hilltoppers that really will dampen their ability to come out in the second half and come back.
Play action fake. Fenske feels pressure immediately going deep over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. A diving catch. Fantastic grab that time by Sebastian Smith.
And another like Aiden Sommerfeld getting into the backfield, completely messing with Fenske's vision, and he just had to throw it up and hope for the best.
And he was about 3-4 yards to the right of where Bologna was that time, so a lot of pressure up the middle, and a great job that time by number 7 Sebastian Smith to get the pick. But unfortunately, you put yourself at first down and goal in 10 at the 2, but it was obviously the right play. You have to obviously stop them when you can, and a great catch and interception there by the Hilltoppers.
Well, right now, Onalaska's offense needs to show what it's capable of, right? So special teams, defense, they've been holding them. Onalaska really needs to set the tone and get more than one first down and really get down and at least get a field goal maybe before the end of the half. First down and 10. Here's the jet sweep, the keeper. That is, it's going to be a holding penalty as well as Larson gets across the 5 to about the 9-yard line. Not a lot of room to go back, so they'll have to do half the distance.
Which is going to be literally a yard.
So I guess if you're going to get a holding penalty and you got to go half the distance back, right? A yard is better than 10?
Yep. So holding from the spot of the foul. And it's going to be first down. Basically no gain, essentially. It happened at the 4-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. At the 10, or at the 1, excuse me.
Minute 51 left in the half.
Yeah, clock is getting away from the Hilltoppers a little bit here. If nothing else, you want to flip the field, make sure that Rice Lake doesn't have an easy chance to get another score quickly. Shotgun formation here with 2 receivers out to the left side. Larson in the shotgun with Kuhn to his right. And here is Odom in motion across the formation. Handoff is to Kuhn. He stumbles forward to the 4-yard line. Pickup of 3 there at 2nd down and 7.
Well, a little bit of a cushion there, right? So now we're out to just the 6-yard line.
Yep.
And get a timeout.
Timeout called by Rice Lake. It'll be 2nd down and 7 when we come back with 1:18 to go. The Warriors now have 2 timeouts in their back pocket to work with if they want to. A 60-second timeout, and we're back after this. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. Waking up every day, lifting him from the bed to the wheelchair to the car to get him to therapy on time. It's no small task between the doctors and the diagnosis, but nothing can disable this love. This is my big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs. So I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one. Even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back here at Rice Lake, Drew Kelly and Lisa Mathieu live with you this evening. Another timeout as Lisa, some more other scores coming in.
Yeah, Baraboo 21, Mosinee 6, 41 seconds left. The first half there. So, again, Baraboo 21, Mosinee 6. Onalaska played Baraboo in the non-conference early schedule, lost that just in the last part of the game there, too. So they're used to playing quality teams. And not to say that anyone in the MVC is not a quality team, but they prep their schedule to play teams that they know that are the same caliber as those that they'll meet in the playoffs in order to better themselves and prepare. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this game won't play out.
Other score here from the area, Cashton 21, Bangor 14 at the half. So Bangor trailing Cashton by a touchdown there. And as we mentioned, currently 24-0, the Blue Golds on top at halftime. Playing on this beautiful turf of UW La Crosse. Stanley Boyd, the opponent, here in Level 2 of the playoffs in Division 5. 2 receivers out to the right side, none to the left, and here is the handoff. It's going to go to Kuhn. Kuhn spins off a tackle, gets a first down out to the 16-yard line. So I think Onalaska did what they needed to do, which you wouldn't think that Rice Lake would take another time out here as they were able to pick up a first down. Kind of defeats the challenge. It would have been a punt, obviously, had they stopped them, and then obviously you have some more time left. But at this point, I think Onalaska is just content with going into the locker room down 16-7. Get the ball back to start the second half and just regroup.
Well, Onalaska's got 2 timeouts, and maybe they'll throw a trick play in here to see if they can't get something, or at least maybe get in the realm of where
just the last second shot.
Foss can either kick a long field goal. I mean, there's no wind, so.
Yep. 1 receiver out to each side. Going to be a keeper by Larson. Larson has some space. That's a first down and more. Pushing his way across the 30-yard line to the 32. 24.6 seconds to go. And I think we get a timeout by Coach Yashinsky. Refs blow their whistles. And it will be a timeout called by Onalaska. We're going to take a 30-second break as well. Be back right after this. You're listening to high school playoff football right here on WKTY.
As Western Wisconsin sports leader, WKTYSports.com has you covered with all the latest on your favorite teams. Packers, Brewers, Bucks, and Badgers, along with all the area high school and college teams, are all on WKTYSports.com. Read new original content from the WKTY crew, including the Rockies Daily Play Sports betting column from WKTY Morning Show host Dave Carney. Listen live or catch up with what you've missed at WKTYSports.com. Your home for the sports you care about in Wisconsin.
Rice Lake High School. Drew Kelly, Lisa Mateo, live with you this evening. It is 16-7 the score. Rice Lake Warriors on top of the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Unfortunately, the Hilltoppers have seen this scene way too many times over the past 5 years, but looking to write some new history with a lot of close games in their docket this season. Able to win last week over Mount Horeb. Here's the pick and lateral, or the hook and lateral rather, as Maddie Burnett gets the pitch from
That's a little trickeration.
Yep, nice job. Number 3, Michael Skemp.
And Maddie Burnett gets out of bounds, so we still have 18.6 seconds left, and then
still a timeout.
Yeah.
That's exactly how you draw it up. If you're Coach Yashinsky, exactly what you wanted to do. Get to the 45-yard line and see what this offense can pull out of their hat here with 18 seconds to go. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Here is Larson of the shotgun. Blocker in there for protection as well. Here's the handoff to the right side. Almost intercepted. It was read all the way there by number 25 for Rice Lake. A great job jumping the pass.
Elliot Nolan again.
Nolan.
Elliot Nolan.
Yep. And Nolan, he read that from about 5-8 yards away. And it's 2nd down and 10. Onalaska might have just avoided a pick 6 there.
Well, and they only took off 0.8 seconds, so they still got 14 seconds, right?
2 receivers
just like
out.
an incomplete pass.
Exactly. 2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. And here is Larson again in the shotgun. Handoff is up the middle, and bouncing off a defender is Kuhn, finally dragged down at about the 48-yard line. Pickup of 3, and that is going to be the end of the first half. So plenty of action in that first half. Special teams was a big factor, as we thought it might be before the game. And we'll see what kind of adjustments these head coaches make here in the next 18 minutes.
We've got some updates on scores, but I can do that when we come back from a break, if you like.
Let us take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back to get those score updates and some more conversation about that first half. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Wisconsin. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
As Western Wisconsin sports leader, WKTYSports.com has you covered with all the latest on your favorite teams. Packers, Brewers, Bucks, and Badgers, along with all the area high school and college teams, are all on WKTYSports.com. Read new original content from the WKTY crew, including the Rockies Daily Play Sports betting column from WKTY morning show host Dave Carney. Listen live or catch up with what you've missed at WKTYSports.com. Your home for the sports you care about in Wisconsin.
If it's happening in Wisconsin sports, you'll hear about it on the Wisco Sports Show.
All these NBA regular season games feel like TV before it was serialized.
Right? They're interesting in and of themselves, but they're not connected in any grand way. Seinfeld is a great example. It's a week-to-week show. George gets engaged, and it doesn't matter a season later because Larry David killed her off with a bunch of poison envelopes. That's kind of how the NBA feels right now. Kind of feels like the Bucks are Jerry Seinfeld, and one night they're playing the girl who looks different in the dark than she does in the light, and then the next week they're playing against the girl who walks around the apartment naked, and then, Jerry tries to open the pickle jar, and, the male body is a Jeep, right? It's just not meant for display. It's not meant to be out in the open. That's what it feels like.
Talking Wisconsin sports with Grant Bills. It's the Wisco Sports Show, weekdays from 4 to 6 on WKTY.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
Music, lighting, decorations, everything should be perfect for your big day. Midwest Family Entertainment can help bring your vision to life. From our DJ services to a personalized digital photo booth, uplighting, custom light projection, signage, dance floor decals. Let us help create and achieve the wedding of your dreams. Set up a complimentary virtual consultation now. Head to our website and click reservations.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
Hi, I'm Kevin Millard, host of WKTY Outdoors. Each Saturday morning at 8, I'll share with you tips for better hunting and fishing success in the field, plus activities you and your family can participate in. There's a lot happening around here, so let's get out and enjoy it. Join me for WKTY Outdoors, brought to you by Ace Sportsland and Ace of Lacrosse, Saturday mornings from 8 until 9 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Rice Lake High School, Drew Kelly and Lisa Mateo live with you this evening as it is currently 16-7. Rice Lake on top of the Hilltoppers of Onalaska. And before we get to the score updates, Lisa, your thoughts on that first half?
My thoughts are I feel like Onalaska's lucky the game is still so close based on some of the play. Unfortunately, I think that they haven't had the success with their offense and the play calling as they would have liked. But also, if you take a look, really, two big plays with the safety and the touchdown. Really, their defense has only given up one solid drive. Each team is lucky in that Onalaska's had a couple of opportunities where they could have lost the ball but didn't. The Warriors lost the ball a couple times and recovered. Onalaska's recovered, two of those. And again, they've got to be talking about mistakes, penalties, ball security, and then making sure each team, right? So the Warriors are doing a great job plugging the holes, calling their plays, and making, they're anticipating well. And I think that Onalaska could do a little bit better with their defense because we know that they're going to run. It is difficult to see where that ball's going. There's so many people that are in the backfield and so much movement. It can be difficult, but they have to be able to score and they have to be able to stop Rice Lake from scoring. So it's not going to be on one person's shoulders. It's on the entire team to come through and win in the second half. And
on the coaching staff as well to get these adjustments and try to come up with a game plan of success in this second half. We mentioned they are a first half team at least this season. Mm-hmm. So hopefully, that trend can kind of reverse itself and we can find a little bit more offense here for Onalaska. It's really a three-headed monster in the backfield for the Rice Lake Warriors. Obviously, number 42, Easton Stone, has been just a load to bring down so far. Mm-hmm. Christian Lindau, their leading rusher, and Cole Fensky is still a very dangerous quarterback and runner that he has shown, obviously, so far in these
Alex
first
Bologna.
24. Yeah, and Bologna, obviously, just a fantastic athlete. We saw that with a kick return for a touchdown, that 22-yard touchdown pass as well. And that's obviously a guy that the Hilltopper defense is going to have to key in on if they're going to win this game here this evening. Some score updates, Lisa.
I've got some updates, not too local, and I'm kind of still looking for one. But right now, 22-0, DeForest is up. Level 2, Glenwood City is losing to Regis Catholic. Kimberly is up 14-0 over Chi High. Chippewa Falls. Oak Creek is up 9-0. Lots of games at halftime, and again, we're just trying to get the scores as we can. Baraboo is up over Mosinee 21-6 at half. And you've got a score on Aquinas?
Yep, Aquinas currently leading 24-0 over Stanley Boyd, and as we mentioned previously, it is 21-14 Cashton over Bangor right now, so plenty of area teams doing well. Obviously, Aquinas has dominated Division 5 in their conference this year, and we'll see if they can continue their success in the second half. Obviously, West Salem currently taking on Northwestern, the number 1 seed in that section. We'll try to get you scored, like I said, when we
That's got
are
to be
able
a great
to.
game.
Yeah.
West Salem has been an amazing team and had some great success this season. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. We wish all the luck to our local teams, whether it's MBC or Cooley, or Bangor, Westby. I'm not, they're not in those two divisions, but
Obviously local.
Obviously in the tri-state area, Cooley region, Seven Rivers region. We want all those teams to do a good job.
Level 2 of the high school football playoffs continues on as we have just a little bit more time for halftime. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we're going to have some national sports talk from CBS Sports Radio. That comes your way after this. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
Western Wisconsin Sports Leader. WKTY Lacrosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
If you missed out on the award-winning best morning show in the state of Wisconsin, you missed out on... Do I really have to say this? Yeah. Okay, I got it. I want to get paid to say the words. Settle down. If you missed out on the award-winning WKTY morning show with superstar host Dave Carney, you missed out on this.
The Dave Carney world. You're like Kingpin from Daredevil, all right? But you're the Bizarro world Kingpin, because it's a really nice it's a nice universe. So you use your powers for good, and I mean that. So you are the Bizarro world good guy Kingpin.
I think that's probably the nicest thing that anybody, Joe, has ever said to me in my entire life. And I will say this: I am a benevolent dictator of Bizarro World, Dave Carney World. I think that you have hit the nail right on the head.
The award-winning WKTY morning show with Dave Carney, weekdays from 6 to 9 on your home for sports in Western Wisconsin. WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Hey, you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Amari Cooper, but the general for the Cowboys and Dak Prescott, I think he's going to play. I do. He gave it a big-time effort in practice. I know McCarthy said he's a little bit sore. I think Dak Prescott's going to play. But for the Vikings, we're going to learn if the Vikings are a playoff team or not. If they're a pretender or if they're a contender. Because for the Vikings so far, they did rebound nicely. They lost some heartbreaking games. Kirk is playing well, but I can't tell you that they're definitely a good team. Because in this rebound, they beat Detroit and Carolina. And they almost blew the Carolina game because they had to win that in overtime. And up against Detroit, they had to come from behind to do that. So you look at them, sure, the first two games of the season, the Bengals and the Cardinals were better than what anyone thought they were. And they lost those games, close games, 27-24, 34-33. They are not that far away from a team that probably should have, you split those games. This team should be 4-2. And in their losses, it's not like they're getting blown out. They lost to the Bengals by 3. They lost to the Cardinals by 1. And they lost to the Browns by 7. And when you beat Detroit and Carolina, even though Kirk's playing well, those are not inspiring victories. But now you got to buy, so did Dallas. And really, you want to look at the stretch? We will find out if Mike Zimmer and Kirk Cousins should be on this team next year. Their next 5 games, Ryan, look at this stretch of games. Oh, this is tough. They better win this game up again. They need every win that they could get. They play Dallas. Then the next week they're in Baltimore. The next week they're in LA. They're up against the Packers, and then they play the 49ers. You want to talk about a brutal stretch. What would you expect out of them? For a team that a lot of times they could put up points, they could keep it close, but they're usually on the losing side of things. Dallas, Baltimore, the Chargers, Green Bay, and San Francisco. If they go 2-3 in those games, isn't that a win?
I was going to say that's I don't say best case, probably 3-2, but yeah, you go 2-3, you have to feel really good about that.
Because if they go 2-3, and they're currently 3-3, that would put them at 4-5. Or excuse me,
5-6.
Yeah, 5-6. That would put them at 5-6.
So you're still alive?
Especially in an NFC, right, where it's top heavy. Cowboys will be in the playoffs. They'll be a double-digit win team. Cardinals will be in the playoffs. They'll be a double-digit win team. The Rams will be in the playoffs as a double-digit win team. And the same thing can be said for the Packers and the Bucs. But after that, all right, let's give the Saints the 6 seed at 9-8, but that 7 seed could be 8-9. So you could still manage right at 5-6. If you end up taking 2 out of 3, you could still manage a 5-6 schedule, and the schedule does easen up a little bit. Does get a little bit easier. Detroit, Pittsburgh, Chicago, the Rams. All right, you see the Rams in Green Bay, but then you get Chicago again. You know what? I said that Minnesota was a playoff team before the season started. You go through that schedule, and I know they got offensive talent. You got Kirk, you got JJ, you got Thielen, you got Dalvin Cook. You look at those games, it's tough to feel confident about Minnesota. You know, that 7 seed, it is going to be fascinating to see who gets that 7 seed in the NFC. Because would you feel good about the Saints making the playoffs?
Yes. Especially with the reinforcements coming back. They're already 4-2. Yes.
So who the heck is that 7 seed? You know, I look around. It's no one in the NFC East, right?
No.
Because I guess the team you can make an argument for is Washington football team, but they're 2-5. They're not a good team.
Nope.
It's definitely not the Eagles, not the Giants. Seattle 49ers, but 2-4, 2-5. That's tough to rebound from. Unless if you get Russ back and Russ is just cooking and shredding people. It's in the North. I'm not banking on Chicago. You know who it could be? Man, I'm probably going to regret this because watch, they'll lose this Sunday. Atlanta? And I actually think the Panthers are going to win this weekend, but would Atlanta be the team? If you had to put money on a team right now, if I didn't go through the schedule and you just told me cold, I would have said it was the Vikings. But after giving that Viking schedule, I put the Vikings as a wild card team before the season, so I can't feel good about the Vikings now with that schedule.
Yeah, I would put the Seahawks above them. I would probably even put the Panthers.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't trust the Vikings.
You know me. I would love to see the Panthers make the playoffs. Would love to. How can I trust Sam Darnold right now? I can't. I would trust the Falcons more than the Panthers in terms of making the postseason, even though I just told you the Panthers would beat the Falcons this weekend. Imagine that's the division that gives you 3 playoff teams. The NFC South, because
that coming.
Wouldn't it before the year 3 playoff teams from one division? Without hesitation, it would have been the NFC West. We would have said so. Big week for quarterbacks, and a lot of pressure on some of these quarterbacks as you start to get into the season, right? Where we separate the pretenders from the contenders. And there's different levels of that, right? If you end up dropping a game and going to 2-6, you're most likely done. Now, if you fall to 3-4, you're still alive, but we kind of look at you with a raised eyebrow and going, yeah, it's just probably not their year. But a lot of attention this week on the quarterback play with Kirk Cousins, with Sam Darnold, with Matt Ryan, Jameis Winston, Tua Tagovailoa, and many more. We'll take a timeout on the Zach Gelb Show. We got picks next. Gus Farrat's calling me on my cell phone right now. I hope this isn't a cancellation. Hey, what's going on, buddy? That would be a little bit weird. Now, he knows I'm hosting the show, and he's giving me a ring right now, so hopefully we get Gus on the other side. Is this Gus already bailing? Imagine Gus getting a little bit afraid because I'm kicking his ass in the NFL picks. I thought this was a big, tough quarterback. We'll see if Gus picks up the phone when we come on back.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
We're celebrating Pork Rind Appreciation Day on the biggest day in football because pork rinds and pigskin just go together. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds has teamed up with Coach Ditka's Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund to salute the legends of the game. Enter for your chance to win $5,000 and a year's supply of low-carb, protein-packed pork rinds at southernrecipe.com.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Visit your local Meijer today for your Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
On the football field, everyone has to play by the rule book. Shouldn't it be that way off the field, too? Following a law enacted at the start of 2021, hospitals have a new set of rules they need to play by to provide clear and upfront pricing to patients. And unlike a wide receiver dragging their feet to stay inbounds, hospitals are dragging their feet to stay out of bounds, not complying with new federal rules for price transparency. Help spread the word to make sure hospitals don't break the rules, because when they do, patients will always lose. Sponsored by Power to the Patients.
Angie's List is now Angie, and getting your to-do list done just got easier. Between back to school and with the holidays around the corner, it can feel like there's no time to tackle home projects. Whether you need help with emergency repairs or major upgrades, Angie matches you with top local pros who can get the job done right.
Back here at Rice Lake High School, Drew Kelly, Lisa Mateel, live with you this evening. Start of the second half, just moments away as we get set for the Hilltoppers to receive the kickoff. Obviously, winning the toss and deferring, which we talked about in the pregame, they like to do quite often. And we'll see if this strategy is the appropriate one for the Hilltoppers. What kind of adjustments?
Got a West Salem Panther update up at halftime. West Salem trailing Northwestern, number 1 team in the state, 21-7.
Giving them a battle, and Onalaska giving Rice Lake a battle here, and that's going to be a helpful start as the kick goes out of bounds along the left sideline. And so the Hilltoppers will get a few extra yardage to start their first possession. It's going to be the 30-yard line. So Onalaska starts there.
It's a good start for them. That's good field position.
My apologies, the 35-yard line.
That's even better, Drew. That's even better.
That's
wow.
Just keep going. Woo! Go to the 40. Go to the 45. Come on. Why stop at the 35?
Come on.
First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers as we start the second half. One receiver out to each side. A couple of tight ends move to the left side of the line. Larson in the shotgun. And Kuhn gets the handoff up the middle. Big hole. And he is into the secondary all the way to the 49. What a great start by the Hilltopper offense.
He's had a couple of great runs late in that first half, and now this one here. Onalaska really needs to play up on that. If that seems to be working, see if you can do it to both the right side and the left side until it's not working anymore. But wow, that's a great opening play to come out from halftime.
First down and 10 at the Onalaska 49-yard line. Two tight ends lined up right side now. None left. One receiver right, one left. Here is the handoff to Kuhn. He's going to squeeze through a tiny hole in the middle. And then he is jammed up there by some Warriors. It's going to be down to the 49 of Rice Lake now, and it's second down and 8 upcoming. 11:19 to go here in this third quarter.
At the Dairy State Bank Stadium in beautiful Rice Lake, where it's a beautiful fall night, no precipitation, no wind. We're in the crowd. It's a little chilly.
We're one with the people. We're one with the people.
We're one with the people.
And here is the wide open receiver down the field. Incomplete, just threw him a bit too far down the field. That was Skifton, the intended target. Skemp, rather. And it's third down and 9.
Half a football too long.
Yeah. It looked like it was going to be a perfect pass with Skemp, with the defender now within 5 yards of him. The ball kind of hung up in the air a little bit longer as well. Kind of the timing of the jump probably wasn't as pristine as Skemp would like it to be. Two receivers right and one left. Shotgun formation, third down and 8 rather. At the 49 of Rice Lake and over the middle. Almost a fantastic grab. Would have been a one-hander for Adam Skifton. A little bit too far out in front.
I think you could feel the Warrior defender on him there, and was kind of like one eye on the defender and one eye on the ball. So, again, it was real. I mean, those are great passes, just a little bit off, but here, 3 plays and we're out, and the defense is back on. So definitely not what they were hoping for. Maybe they'll try a trick play here at midfield. I doubt it, but you never know. Coach Yashinsky is a great coach, and has stuff up his sleeve sometimes.
He does. Robert Bonner going to be acting, at least, as the puncher until it leaves his foot. And Bologna is the return man. It's going to be a false start penalty on the Hilltoppers.
I didn't see anyone move.
Hilltoppers' offensive line is confused. Everybody looking at the sideline like, who is that on? But it's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
That's the second time that he's called that, and I haven't seen anyone move, and the line was. So maybe it's a procedural thing of where they're lining up or something to the effect, rather than maybe a false start.
Right. So it'll be fourth down and 12 at the 46-yard line. Here is Bonner with a punt, and it's a nice couple of Onalaska hops. Does go out of bounds. at about the 24, 23-yard line. So
great placement.
You flip the field. Yep. Keep it away from Bologna and take the win, get your defense back out in the field, and now we'll see how the Hilltopper defense can get a stop here on this next drive. 10:44 to go in the third quarter, 16-7, Warriors on top of the Hilltoppers.
And we'll see if the Warriors made any adjustments, too.
Right.
I mean, maybe they're not 100% happy with how they played either in that first half, and what do they have coming out into the second half? Only being up 9 points, I don't think is what they would like either at this point.
And they've been blowing teams out left and right in the regular season, and obviously last week as well had a win of over 28 points, and so this obviously is not the kind of domination that they're used to, especially in that first half with only a couple of big plays, including a kick return for a touchdown. So
in the first 13 seconds.
Right.
I mean, so really,
it's been a pretty even game outside of that one play. And here is a handoff. Deep man gets the handoff. And it is number 6, Christian Lindau. And he picks up 3 or 4 on the play. Good defensive front job by Onalaska there.
and when you look at the defense for Onalaska, it's not even necessarily the tackling. It's really just figuring out where's the ball.
Yep.
And who to tackle.
Yep.
Because their tackling is good once they locate it and swarming to the ball, whether that's on the outside or the inside, trying to prevent any of that, those big gains.
2nd down and 6 upcoming. Under center is Fensky. Wingbacks on either side of the formation. Here is the handoff to Stone, and Stone continues to pile drive through the defense of Onalaska, and he picks up a first down out across the 35 to the 34-yard line, rather, and that'll move the sticks. Stone just so low to the ground, too, when he's running. Just has that leverage. Starts, obviously, with his hand in the ground, and definitely doesn't stand up that much as he gets through the line. 9:40 to go, third quarter, 16-7. Rice Lake on top of Onalaska, level 2 of the high school football playoffs. Here is the keeper this time by Fensky. He pitches it out to Lindau, and Lindau rides a tackler across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 6 on 1st and 10, 2nd down and 4 upcoming.
Matty Burnett gave him a little bit of a cushion there to kind of see which way he was going, and Rice Lake, they juked him a little bit, and to get the 5 yards, I think if Matty just would have went right after him, maybe he could have prevented 5 of the 6.
Yeah, it's a fine line between being patient and being aggressive, and that's what makes some of this triple option so difficult at times, especially when you don't see it very often.
Well, and I mean, they've seen it for how many times too.
Holman,
they play it twice a year at Holman, but different players.
Yep. 2nd down and 3. Stone up the middle, big hole, and he gets into the secondary to the Onalaska 47-yard line. Finally wrapped up by number 2.
And he is a
Tristan Bolstead.
Not small player.
No. Stone is number 42. He is 6'1", 199 pounds.
Yeah.
I think he might be cheating himself a couple of pounds.
Yeah.
He looks a lot bigger than that, but as it stands, 1st down and 10 at the Onalaska 47. 2 wingbacks and a fullback in the backfield. They send a man in motion, and here is the handoff. They've got a ball on the ground. That's the 3rd time they've fumbled as Rice Lake, and the refs come in to separate the pile. No signal yet, and they're going to give it to Rice Lake.
Ball recovered by Aiden Drost of Rice Lake.
So Groth picks up the fumble. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Rice Lake got lucky again.
They did.
I think that's
and that might be the
4th or 5th fumble.
Yep.
And they've recovered 2. And Onalaska's
two Onalaskas, yep. 2 Onalaska forced turnovers.
Yeah.
7:50 to go here in this third quarter. Onalaska trying to keep this deficit to 9. 1 receiver out to each side. 2 wingbacks and a fullback as well in the backfield. Under center is Fensky. Dropped the ball on the snap, and he's going to roll out to the right side. Gets a big block to free him, and he's dancing into the middle of the field, and he gets a first down all the way to the 32-yard line for a 15-yard gain, and he ran about 30 yards to get those 15.
Looked like he headbutted one of the Onalaska players as he was driving.
Lowered that head.
Yeah, I don't
pick up more yardage.
Clearly, that's not a helmet penalty.
It should be leading with a ground and a helmet.
I get distracted by the PA announcer talking about the first down.
First down and 10 here as the Clock continues to run. Inside almost to 7:09 left in this third period. Hilltoppers would like one of those fumbles to bounce their way here as they are close to the red zone, although Warriors offense. One receiver out to the right side, none to the left. Here's the play action fake. Fensky goes deep down the middle of the field again. Bologna is going to catch it with 3 defenders right there. Bologna gets a 33-yard touchdown reception. And it makes it 22-7, 6:51 remaining in the third quarter.
And this is what the Warriors are used to.
Yep. And this is when they can use that ball control offense as well to bleed that clock and get an opponent down by 15 points, possibly 17 with a 2-point conversion here. But we'll see if Fensky can convert or if the Hilltopper defense can stand them back. Fensky under center. One receiver out to the right side, one to the left. And timeout called. And they called a penalty flag. It's going to be 12 men in the field. It was number 25, Elliot Nolan, who just tried to sneak his way off there, not running too quickly to draw the ref's attention. He got to about 3 feet from the sideline, and the refs finally did notice that everybody was lined up, and there was a player sneaking off the field. So 5-yard penalty brings it back to the
That's the first time I've
line.
actually heard the explanation from the official, so maybe he just got his mic turned on.
Yep. Illegal substitution.
I bet it feels like there's 12 people on the field sometimes when you're on the defense of anyone playing them.
No doubt about it. They have blockers and runners to the nth degree here on the offense of Rice Lake. So it'll be receivers to the right and left, 2 wingbacks, one side of the formation or the other. And here's a pitch play. They're going to run the double reverse pass. Fensky in trouble, fires it incomplete. And the Onalaska defense not fooled by some of those trick plays. They've tried it a couple times on the 2-point conversions. And this time it was Remington Wager. They try to get him, but no cigar for the Onalaska defense, they say to the Rice Lake offense. 22-7, 6:51 to go here at third quarter. 60-second timeout. Back after this. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
Do you wake up in the morning and go to sleep at night? Do you breathe on your own without the assistance of a life support machine? If you're like the millions of Americans who wake up in the morning and go to sleep at night and also suffer from unassisted breathing, then Lifazan may be right for you. Lifazan is clinically proven to take the burden out of day-to-day life by dulling your sensory perception for up to 18 straight hours. In trial studies, over 67% of Lifazan users reported a decreased desire for self-mutilation within the first week, and 33% no longer blamed Obama for their healthcare woes. Side effects of Lifazan may include headache, blurred vision, numbed or throbbing limbs, and night terrors. Stop taking Lifazan and consult a physician right away if you experience any loss of fingernails, yellowing or flaky skin, or bleeding from the eyes, as this may be a serious condition and cause paralysis. Talk to your doctor and see if Lifazan is right for you.
Back here at Rice Lake, Drew Kelly, Lisa Mateel, live with you this evening. It is 22-7.
In case you weren't paying attention, that last commercial would do it for you.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody drove off the road there. Keep your eyes on the road.
Yes, that was frightening.
Kind of a Halloween-type ad there on WKTY. One receiver out to each side. Shotgun formation in the backfield. 6:44 to go here in the third quarter. Here is the snap to Larson. Kuhn, good vision to get through a couple of holes, and he's all the way out to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 20. He is really running hard in this second half.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
And so the Hilltoppers will bring up
Reminds me
first
very
and 10.
much of the professional Kuhn.
Yeah.
Is it John Kuhn that plays for play for the Packers?
Yep.
He ran that way.
He didn't have Onalaska Brady Kuhn's speed, though. I think Brady Kuhn has John a little bit beat there. Here's Kuhn again, tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
Yes,
It'll be second down at 10.
Tripped up by
I think if John ran about 5 yards, he was winded and had to take a break. But second down at 10. That's why you need fullbacks, right? Well, those 2-yard situations.
When you have oak trees for legs.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it takes a little energy to move them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 2nd down and 10 here.
Once you start running downhill, though, it's like you can't stop
Yeah, you
it.
can't stop yourself.
Yeah.
One receiver out to the right side, one to the left. Shotgun formation again for Aiden Larson. Kuhn to his left. 2 tight ends lined up now left side of the formation in the backfield. And here is the fake to Kuhn. Larson goes down the left sideline, and it is intercepted by Bologna. There's a penalty flag as well. I think that's going to be pass interference. It was Skemp who was trying to fight back for the football, and the defensive back was all over him. And it should be a 15-yard penalty. We'll see officially what they say. Bologna, much like Nolan previously in that first half, jumped the route. Nolan wasn't able to handle it, late in the first half. Bologna was, but I think this should be PI. We'll have to see for sure the call. And it is going to be pass interference on the defense. So that'll push it out to the...
Not from the spot of the foul, huh?
Nope, it'll be from the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 15 yards and out to the midfield marker. 5:35 to go here in the third quarter. Onalaska looking for a bounce-back answer drive after giving up a touchdown previously.
And you'll notice our listeners and viewers will hear the background noise starting to amp up a little bit from both sides as we get into a little bit more of a clock-tightened type situation.
2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Design rollout to the right side for Larson. Going to fire a bullet complete to Skemp. He's out to the 40-yard line of Rice Lake. And that is going to be enough, I believe, for a first down. If it's not, then it's inches away. See where they mark it. They are going to call first down. So it was right at the sticks, and Skemp able to get the catch and the first down. 5.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. 22-7 Rice Lake. Looking to get to division, level 3.
Easy for us to
Division 3 playoffs.
When we're outside playoffs.
Here is the handoff. It's going to be Kuhn again, and there's going to be motion again. Maybe a false start or legal procedure. And again,
that's a third
same
one for
official
Onalaska.
on that side.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what he's seeing.
Yep, and he called it on Rice Lake as well. He's keying in on something there, and he's called that 3 times.
What it would behoove him is to come over and tell each coach what he's finding,
right,
so that they can correct it.
Right. So it is going to be a 5-yard penalty. Push it back to the 45-yard line. It'll be first down and 15. Hilltoppers have 3 receivers on the field, 2 out to the left side and 1 to the right.
No trips.
No trips this time.
No tripping. Darn it.
Double and 1.
Double
left.
and 1.
That could be something.
All right. Just like the Underberg
Right. Here is Larson straight back in the pocket, fires to the left side. It was partially tipped at the line of scrimmage, floated out there to
Well,
Skemp.
he was flattened as he was throwing that. So
And he was he ever.
Yeah.
2nd down and 15.
He was thinner than a hamburger patty, as we talk about hamburgers.
Right.
And I'm talking about hamburger because you can smell the grill.
Brats, the hamburgers. Yeah, it's killing me right now.
Yeah. It's a wonderful area to have a football.
It definitely is.
They're really a fortunate community to have such a great stadium. Wonderful little stand there.
2nd down and 15 here. It's a handoff to Kuhn. He gets wrapped up and slung down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 15. And there's been some spots here and there. Just unfortunately, the offensive line just hasn't been able to consistently give those giant holes that Rice Lake has on the Onalaska defensive front. So kind of the battle of the lines right now.
Well, and the Warriors are so great at picking up whatever Onalaska calls. They're so well prepared and smart that they're seeing those almost before they even appear to close those holes, so there aren't opportunities for Onalaska's offense to run and or pass at this point, really.
Trips receivers left and 1 right, 4:36 and counting, and here's the play action fake. Design roll out to the left side. Under pressure is Larson, and he fires.
That's a catch.
That was in the flat. It was number 10 there.
Rice Lake just
Adam Skifton
disagreeing loudly.
Yeah.
But I agree it was a catch. And I feel like
kind of trapped the football underneath.
Yep.
Had those 2 hands on the tipped pass. It's going to be 4th down and 8. And 4th and 7.
Yeah, geez, Drew.
Gotta give him a little bit more credit.
Gosh,
apparently.
3 extra feet's a lot.
I know.
Oh, and they're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it. You're almost in that time frame. 4 minutes to go.
You got to play or go home.
Yep.
I mean, win or go home. I mean, you're playing.
Either way, they're going home. It depends on if they're playing next week. 2 receivers right and 2 left. And Larson, design rollout to the right side. Fires out to the flat. Complete for a first down to the 30-yard line. Make it the 29. And that is Skifton again. Nice job by Onalaska on that play design. They definitely did need that.
Yeah.
And it's going to extend the drive here. You want to get it to a one-possession game before the start of the 4th quarter. I think that's kind of the goal for the coaching staff. Get it into the last 12 minutes and anything can happen. We saw that in the last game against Mount Horeb, all the turnovers that they forced of the Vikings, and we'll see if they can get to that spot before the 4th quarter here. 3:43 left in period number 3. Pass incomplete. Intended for Skifton. He had Matty Burnett all alone on the sideline near the Onalaska bench. Was going for Skifton instead, and it's 2nd down and 10. So 3:39 left in this 3rd quarter. And Skifton has been the receiver that kind of is always out in the flat, trying to get an extra few yards after the catch. Nick Odom, obviously the main deep threat for the Hilltoppers. He's going to line up to the right side of the formation here. 2 receivers lined up to the left. Shotgun here for the Hilltoppers with Kuhn to the right of Aiden Larson. Larson takes the snap, hands off to Kuhn. Kuhn is met in the backfield, nowhere to go there. The defensive front.
That looked a little face masky, but.
Yeah, it did. And Kuhn is wondering where that flag is as well. 3rd down and 12 and a half. And now we've got Kuhn still lying on the ground here. Maybe an injury timeout. Hopefully he wasn't shaken up too bad on that tackle. 3rd down and officially 13 at the 32-yard line. 3:23 remaining. And he's going to get up under his own power. Maybe stepped on a foot there. Kind of gingerly walking off with his right leg. But he will get some attention on the sideline, and we'll see what Onalaska does here on 3rd and 13. They went for it previously, got it on the 4th and 10.
They really need to put together some plays, and whether, I mean, it's kind of, I'm overstating the obvious, right? Like,
but we've been waiting for that big play moment, and we really haven't had it. You know, Nick Odom has obviously been huge this season, lots of long touchdown catches. Michael Skemp as well.
Well, and maybe that's why they're running Kuhn, because he maybe isn't on as much film, and, you know, Rice Lake didn't have as much time to maybe prepare for him as they prepared for the expected, so to speak. Aiden Larson, unfortunately, just not having a great game with targeting. You know, he's just a little off on where he should be.
Robert Bonner into the game for the first time is a blocker, and he throws to the left side of the flat, incomplete, dropping it a little bit low that time, intended for a Skemp. And it's going to be 4th down and 13.
He really should have caught that, and I know he feels bad about it, but
we've got
could be cold hands. Maybe he doesn't have the gloves on. I don't know. It's those things are just like rocks when you try to catch them. So definitely not judging, because I couldn't catch it on a summer day.
No, no question about it. Especially the fastball that Ian Larson has on that right arm. 3:19 left in this 3rd quarter. 22-7 Rice Lake on top of the Hilltoppers. And Larson feels pressure, stays in the pocket, and he underthrew his man going across the middle. That was Matty Burnett, who ran through into a seam. But the pressure really made the difference there, as Larson was just never comfortable in the pocket. So a turnover on downs. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 32-yard line with 3:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And this is where you start ripping at the football, trying to get a fumble, trying to get an interception, maybe if they pass it.
My favorite is the peanut punch, you know, because I'm a Bears fan. It's okay, people. It's okay. I know.
Not all of us are perfect.
I know.
Everybody has flaws.
Right, and some even, you know, I forgive them for.
Right. We're all very forgiving people here in Wisconsin. 1st down and 10. Here's the handoff to Stone. Stone gets through the hole and gets a 1st down.
Dragging of defenders with him.
46-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain on the first play from this drive. And we're inside 3:10 to go. Stone just continues to put the team on his back, literally and figuratively, in this second half.
The Onalaska team.
Yeah, that's true. Putting everybody on his back.
Yeah.
And it's not slowing him down at all. One receiver out to the left side.
You can't tackle him from the waist up. You've got to go for the legs on a tackle with him.
Yep.
His legs are just too strong.
Pitch play to Bologna, and Bologna is going to stumble and trip himself up out across the 40 to the 38-yard line. The turf monster got him that time. And Bologna, I think, is more frustrated than anything as he lays on the turf. Going to get his legs stretched out a little bit here.
I think there's some holding going on, unfortunately.
Yeah, no penalty call, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That was a pitch play out to the left side, and he took the lane and had a lot of space out front, but as we mentioned, some blocks behind the play, maybe not as clean. We've got an injury timeout on the field. We're going to take a 30-second break for now. We'll be back after this. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
Music, lighting, decorations, everything should be perfect for your big day. Midwest Family Entertainment can help bring your vision to life. From our DJ services to a personalized digital photo booth, uplighting, custom light projection, signage, dance floor decals. Let us help create and achieve the wedding of your dreams. Set up a complimentary virtual consultation now. Head to our website and click reservations.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
Back here as the training staff continues to work on Bologna, as he is going to be helped to his feet here. Not too much of a walk for him as the sideline is
hopefully it's
about 2
nothing
feet away.
serious if they move forward. That would be a big blow to their team.
No doubt.
Incredibly talented young man.
No doubt about it. Fun to watch.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing too big and he can come back into the game, or maybe he won't, and they'll rest him maybe for some thought of moving on. But Onalaska still has some things to say. We still have a fourth quarter and 2 minutes, 42 seconds left in the third quarter, and more surprising things have happened. So I don't want to write off the Hilltoppers and say that they're not moving on, but they're definitely going to have to increase the power of their plays and defense.
So here is under center Fensky. It's going to be 3 backs in the backfield right behind him. And the deep man gets the carry this time. It's Lindau. And he's going to get maybe 1 on the play. A flag comes in. And it's likely holding here on the...
It's on the Warriors.
Yep. 2:34 to go here in the third quarter.
Number 61, replay first down.
And they do have a mic on the ref.
Holding against Rice Lake.
That's surprising.
I know.
For high school football, usually that never happens, but
I've only heard like two calls though.
And it's been recent, so they must have had some technical difficulties or something.
Maybe so. Could be the cold.
Everything doesn't always work well in the cold. Chase Margetta, the man guilty of the holding penalty. 2:25 to go here. And partially in the high school ranks, they don't want people to know specifically which numbers, committed the penalty to just kind of single people out. But as it stands, it's going to be first down and 19. And wingback goes in motion, and it's going to be a counter play. Left side, Lindau is going to weave his way through the second level, and he gets close to a first down.
I think he stepped out before the first down marker.
He should be a yard short at least.
Nope, they're going to give it to him.
We'll see. The far side official is at the 30-yard line. They're going to say the 29. I think it's the 28.
They're going to give him the first down?
Wow.
That's
I thought he stepped out about 2 or 3 yards prior to that. And they're not even going to measure it. No need to, if that's the way you're going to put the football.
Wow.
And that's going to be a first down and 10 at the 28-yard line.
I did get another West Salem score update. West Salem has scored, but so is Northwestern, now trailing 13-28. Don't have a time frame. I'm assuming still in the third quarter, as every game has started about the same time. So as I get those, I'll continue to share them.
2:06 to go. One receiver out to the right side, none left. Under center is Fensky. 2 wingbacks and a fullback in the backfield. Here is the handoff, this time to Stone, and Stone is stoned backwards.
Stonewalled.
at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. Either one works, really. They're both accurate. Stoned at the line of scrimmage, and he was stonewalled back.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10.
I think of being stoned like literally someone is throwing things at you.
Right. Which probably is how that felt.
Maybe the hamburglar did it. I mean, the underburglar.
Yeah.
We call him the ham taker, but that wouldn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't at all.
Underburglar, much better.
Yes, 2nd down and 10 here. Wide receivers on either side, and here's the handoff to Stone again. He's going to take a little bit of revenge as he spins into the open field.
Wow.
Out to the 14-yard line. I think Stone was a little bit mad that he got caught up there on that 1st down run as he picks up about 17 yards out to the 14-yard line. We've got an injury on the play again. Unfortunately, quite a few players have gone down with injuries, and we obviously hope none of them are very severe at all.
I would just like to
staff
say
goes
that
out there.
I think Richie Sambora had that hat and duster jacket in the 80s. Probably wants it back from the underburglar.
He is definitely noticeable. He's definitely a fashion statement.
Yeah.
One to maybe forget. But we'll see if it brings. All the retro styles are going back. Coming back with a fury. So we'll see.
The 80s should never come back.
Right. 1st down and 10. I don't even know what the 80s was.
Oh,
so.
Stop it. Oh, ouch. I just got stoned.
Let's just age ourselves here.
Oh, you just threw bullets at me. Ouch.
And our videographer, Cole, is like, I don't even know what the 90s is. So, it's all relative. It's all relative. Still working on the player on the field. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here. Be back after this. You're listening and watching high school playoff football on WKTY.
You want to stay connected to all things Wisconsin sports. That's why you've got the free WKTY app available for download now. All the best in WKTY program, like the WKTY Morning Show with Dave Carney, Dan Patrick, Jim Rome, and the Wisco Sports Show with Grant Bills. Watch live high school and college sports on the WKTY app in high def, and catch up with WKTY on your time with WKTY podcasts. Download the free WKTY app now in Apple iTunes, Google Play, and Roku.
If you missed out on the award-winning best morning show in the state of Wisconsin, you missed out on... Do I really have to say this? Yeah. Okay, I got it. I want to get paid to say the words. Settle down. If you missed out on the award-winning WKTY morning show with superstar host Dave Carney, you missed out on this.
And then I got to ask you about, is it bonus degrees that you have or bogus degrees?
Oh, all right. Now that's a bridge too far. You know that I can control weather, right, old school? I mean, this is something that even Pastor Shane at First Free started to figure out. I can control weather. And yes, I sprinkle bonus degrees. I went to the state's agricultural department when I was at a trip in Madison, and I stopped by. I get about, 28 grams of bonus degrees each week. And then I sprinkle them all over the area. For you, for guys like you.
The award-winning WKTY morning show with Dave Carney. Weekdays from 6 to 9 on your home for sports in western Wisconsin. WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Back here at Rice Lake, unfortunately, while we were away, it was a touchdown run up the middle. And Ethan Stone just bullied his way into the end zone for the touchdown. It's now 28-7. They'll go for the 2-point conversion again here with 58.1 seconds on the clock.
He's definitely made a statement in the second half. I will say injury timeout was for number 51 for the Warriors, and Parker Owens did walk off under his own.
Second effort by Cole Fensky.
Power, and nice job by Fensky as he gets the 2-point conversion here. 58.1 seconds to go, 30-7. Going to have to take a furious comeback by Onalaska to get back into this ball game. Obviously going to be going for it at pretty much every 4th down, going for it on 2-point conversions.
Well, and now the Warriors
kicks,
know what to expect, right? So
it's going to be a heavy dose of passing.
Defense, makes their defense a little easier, knowing that those runs probably aren't coming, and that, like you said, onside kicks, 2 points, 4th down conversions. They've left them with very little choice, and so Onalaska's got to pull their emotions back, and they've got to play the game that they know they can, that they're capable of with the talent that they've got, and they just got to run with it.
Yep.
Regardless of the outcome, giving up now is just not something that's in their blood, and we'll see how it finishes.
Still got 12 minutes and 58 seconds to go here in this football game. 30-7 the score. Rice Lake on top of Onalaska. And the kickoff will come here from number 82, Jace Fitzgerald,
And
wide
he's
receiver.
Probably not going to kick it to Mickey Odom.
No, I would imagine not. Here is the kick. It's going to be an angled kick again. And it's going to take a hop at the 3-yard line, bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And the Hilltoppers will start at their own 20-yard line here.
Well, they are Hilltoppers, so maybe they can climb out of this valley in the next 12, 13 minutes.
Get to the top of the hill?
And get to the top of the hill.
I like where
that?
you're going with that.
Do you
I
like
do.
That? That was good.
I like it.
I just thought of it, too.
First down and 10 here for Onalaska. 2 receivers on the field. One on the right side, one on the left. Now they bring Skemp out to the left as well. So 2 on the left, 1 on the right. And it'll be a shotgun formation here for Larson. Going to have to protect him. Rice Lake is going to be bringing pressure. Here's going to be the rollout to the left side. Larson looking for somebody to throw it to. Fires into a crowd, and it's incomplete. Looking for Maddie, number 5, Maddie Burnett. It's going to be second down and 10.
Picked off by Belangi. Brings up second and 10.
And Belenga unable to intercept that pass. Good to see him back in the ball game. He was one of the players that was down for a minute.
They said Bellagio, so I don't know. Well, that's, I don't know. If that looks, can we just say Bellagio? I don't know.
Second down and 10. Here's the delayed handoff to Bonner. Bonner is met at the backfield, tackled by the ankles.
Looking upfield too much and not paying attention to what's right in front of him. The guy was on the ground and just reached up and grabbed his ankle. So.
Third down and 11, 38 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Onalaska really needs to convert this in order to keep their defense off, let their defense get a break. It looks, every time the ball is turned over, each set of teams will go over there and do some reviewing on some video and some things like that. So they need a break right now just to kind of reset.
Third down and 11. See if the Hilltoppers can pick it up. 2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Here is Larson. Going to roll out to the right side, complete to Nick Odom, and he's going to get across the 25-yard line to about the 27. Going to be about 3 yards short. He needed the 30-yard line for a first down. He did step out of bounds. Clock should stay stopped here. Fourth and 2 at the Onalaska 28. Have to go for it.
9.8 seconds.
Yep.
4th and 2. So, pass run. What do you think?
Probably a pass. I would say a pass. We'll have to see. It's been a little bit up and down as far as the rushing game for Onalaska.
I'm going with run.
4th down and 2. 2 tight ends lined up right side. And 2 receivers. It's going to be a run. And here is going to be a run to Bonner. And he is met at the backfield for a loss of a half yard. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage.
That was not a great play call.
Right into the backfield easily that time. It looked like they were sending everybody on the blitz. And it's a turnover on downs, and Rice Lake will take over at the Onalaska.
Short field.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they didn't need.
First and 10 at the Hilltopper 29-yard line, up by 23.
I am curious as to why they're not trying to run Nicky Odom a little bit more. Why they're sticking with Bonner, and Kuhn. Considering the success they've had all season, at this point you've got to try to get some sort of spark lit into the kindling of your spirit and start a fire to try to get to the top of the hill and roll down the hill.
First down and 10. Here's the rollout to the right side. Fensky has nobody in front of him, and he gets to the 5-yard line and is slung down by the neck at the 4. And that is the end of the third quarter. So everybody was ready for the run up the middle with Stone, and Fensky takes that to his advantage for a gain of 25. It'll be first down and goal at the 5-yard line when the fourth quarter begins. 60-second timeout. We'll be back after this. This is high school playoff football right here on WKTY.
down the right sideline, and VS has it to the end zone for the touchdown.
Hey, lacrosse, nobody talks more Packers football than me. Don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day, 11 to 2, right here on WKTY. We're going to cover every game, hear from the coaches and the players, and get the inside scoop from the best reporters and experts. That's the Bill Michaels Show, talking Packers football all season long, right here on Western Wisconsin Sports Talk leader, WKTY.
Oh, what a play!
As Western Wisconsin sports leader, WKTYSports.com has you covered with all the latest on your favorite teams. Packers, Brewers, Bucks, and Badgers, along with all the area high school and college teams, are all on WKTYSports.com. Read new original content from the WKTY crew, including the Rockies Daily Play Sports betting column from WKTY Morning Show host Dave Carney. Listen live or catch up with what you've missed at WKTYSports.com. Your home for the sports you care about in Wisconsin.
Back here at Rice Lake, Drew Kelly, Lisa Mateel, live with you on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Hilltoppers defense need to make stand here. And here is the handoff to Stone. Actually, it's going to be Fensky keeping it around the left edge, and he is going to get hit on the shoulder, but easily gets into the end zone for the touchdown. They fake the handoff again. This time he went to the left side as opposed to the right. And it's 36-7 as Rice Lake continues to pour it on. And this is the kind of performance I think they expected in the first half. They're getting it here in this second half. 11:55 to go.
I don't know that Onalaska has the answers.
Yep.
Not that they don't have talented kids and talented coaching staff. I just think that scheme-wise, that triple option has just always given them trouble.
36-7, 11:55 to go here. It's going to be a rollout to the right side. Fensky, and he avoids a sack, throws it over the middle to the back of the end zone, incomplete. And two-point conversion will fail. 11:55 to go here in the game.
So 29 points. So they just need 4 touchdowns and one
right.
with 1 2-point conversion.
That's all they need.
And 11:55.
And 11:55. Yeah.
And then they can't, and the Warriors can't score anymore. I mean, sounds simple, right?
Right. It's a fairly.
Right. I should be coaching.
Right.
I mean, it's really this.
Pretty black and white as far as what needs to happen.
You throw the ball really far. You catch it. Run really far. You don't let the other team score.
Yep. That's essentially it.
Yeah.
As Onalaska, obviously lots of seniors on this roster. Michael Skemp, Riley Haas. You're looking at, obviously, Aiden Larson. You know, Adam Skifton's going to be back. You've got Nikki Odom will be back next year. And we hate to start putting the nail in the coffin of the 2021 season for Onalaska.
Yeah. Ben Foss.
Yep.
Connor Johansson.
Logan Stewart, an outside linebacker as well. And plenty
Caleb Yang we haven't seen back. Trevor Fink. Samuel Wallace. Lucas Rice.
So we'll see what this Hilltopper team has in this fourth quarter with 11:55 to go. 5 seconds into the quarter is when Fensky was able to take it across the goal line for the touchdown.
Who knows? Maybe they'll get a run back score right here.
There you go. Nikki Odom going to have a chance. Gets it at the 5-yard line. Takes it across the 10 to the 15-20. Takes it up the right sideline and is ridden out of bounds at about the 25, 26-yard line. So that's where the Hilltoppers will start their next possession.
Well,
it'll be first and 10, 25.
And the Hilltoppers didn't lose the ball and they didn't get a penalty.
Yep.
So, good start. See?
Small steps, baby steps moving forward. And it'll be first and 10 at about the 24, 25-yard line. Will be 25.
And they've got to score as fast as possible,
yes.
right? So
a lot of deep shots, I would imagine. They're not going to be able to do the crossing routes and the runs.
No, they've got to pass toward the sideline so you can get out of bounds and stop the clock, or throw it. I mean, if it's not going to be catchable or too good a coverage, you've got to throw it to where nobody else can get it.
Yep.
To stop the clock as well.
First down and 10. Aiden Larson lines up in the shotgun with Kuhn to his left. Actually, that's Robert Bonner. My apologies. One receiver to each side of the formation.
And up until this point, the Warriors' secondary has been up within 7 yards. You can see that they're backed up now, giving quite a cushion.
Robert Bonner drags defenders across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Good run there. And now the Rice Lake Warriors are saying they have the football. There is a scrum on the bottom of the pile.
Well, why is the whistle take? I thought I heard a whistle
was blown
a while
prior
ago.
to when
yeah.
ball went down. They're not going to say they blew the play dead.
Yeah.
It's going to be second down and 3.
That's the right call. When the force of motion has stopped advancing, you can't just let them sit there and punch at the ball and try to yank it out. You've got to call the play dead and move forward.
Yep. So second down and a short 2 at the 33-yard line. 11:20 to go in this contest.
And
One receiver.
You'll see how far back the secondary. For those of you who are watching, secondary's back about 15 yards now.
Hasn't been that way.
Not until now, because they know what kind of plays are coming. Except Onalaska just runs another run.
Keep him guessing. Robert Bonner fights through the initial arm tackle in the backfield and gets a first down. He needed 2. He got 3 to the 36-yard line. 11 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Hilltoppers, who've had a up and down season, win and loss wise, but very close games, very talented squad they have. Got the Mount Horeb win last week in an upset against the number 2 seed.
I think their record is very deceiving of how they've played.
For sure.
I think the losses are really contributed to just some mistakes. That's a great hit.
Here's a great hit, absolutely, and a great job by Nick Odom to hang on to the football out to the 41-yard line.
Agreed.
That was number 25 who made the stick that time. That was Elliot Nolan, and he's had a couple of big defensive plays.
I was going to say he's probably their defensive player today, and I would give Stone a toss-up between Stone and Bellagio. That's what I'm going to call him, Bellagio. Offensive player, Bellagio or what? I gotta look.
Bologna, and here's the jet sweep out across the 40-yard line of the 39.
And there he is, right there, making that tackle in the backfield.
And so Bologna gets the tack.
See, they said Bologna.
All right, so it's Bologna for the last 10 minutes of the game.
All right,
10:03 to go.
We are sorry to the Rice Lake Warriors for mispronouncing it.
It is a very tricky looking name.
It is, and it's also very difficult when you're not from the area and you come
Lots
in.
Lots of different pronunciations and dialects.
It's not done purposefully.
Right. It'll be third down and 5, 9:47 to go in the game. Tried the jet sweep with Odom that time. Unable to get any yardage, but he did get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers out to the right side here, none left. Shotgun formation. Rolling right is Larson. Stops and fires a deep ball down the right sideline. Incomplete. Looked like a miscommunication. Skemp kind of stopped on the route there, and it went about 5 feet over his head. It'll bring up fourth down and 5, and again, the Hilltoppers will have to go for it.
I wasn't sure if he was stopping to throw off the defender. I was trying to juke him there late, and just couldn't have caught up with the speed of the ball. But again, you'd have to ask him, but that'll be hard to do.
Fourth down and 5. 9.5 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter.
I'm going to guess pass here. What do you think?
I would go pass as well.
All right,
we'll see what happens. Fourth down and 5. 2 receivers right, none left, and here is the roll out to the right side. Larson finding a nice open catch on the sideline, keeping his feet in bounds. That was Skemp who just toe-tapped the sideline, and somehow it was a great throw by Larson, just able to get it through the awaiting arms of a Warrior defensive player.
Best pass he's thrown all day.
By far. That was a very nice on-the-money pass, and once again, Skemp tiptoeing the sideline. That would have been a catch in the NFL.
And that's the Aiden Larson that we've seen all season.
Yep. Just putting the ball right on a needle. 2 receivers set, 1 right, 1 left. Here is the handoff to Bonner. Bonner up the middle of the field, picks up 9 on 1st and 10. And he is inches away to about the 39-yard line. Nice job there on the draw play. They're going to give him the first down. Or no, actually, there's Onalaska crowd celebrating the
pronunciation of Bonner correctly by the PA, so it's not just us. It's
9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Hilltoppers trying to add another touchdown here.
And then I bet the onside kick it.
I would imagine the onside kick would be the next logical thing. Odom is going to line up to the right side. 1 receiver out to the left as well. Shotgun formation in the backfield. Larson takes the hand, gets a handoff to Bonner. Inches as well.
Yeah,
8:15 to go.
Defender that was in that first level just came right through and caught him before he could get to the next level here. So
here's the read option. Keeper by Larson. Larson lowers his shoulder and gets a first down out across the 35 to about the 32-yard line. And you can see the coaching staff still they're wanting perfection. They're still coaching. They may be up 36-7, but they are still trying to get the most out of their guys.
Definitely not happy with that.
That was a pretty easy read option keeper there by Larson to pick up the first down. Once again, 2 receivers right, none left. Appreciate everybody tuning in here on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Here's the play action fake. Larson is in trouble immediately and sacked and then thrown down.
Is that not? That should
That's
be a
got to
flag.
be unsportsmanlike conduct.
And the no flag.
No flag on the play. Keegan Gunderson threw him down, slung him down after the whistle blew even.
That's terribly inappropriate.
And it's going to be second down and a mile, but it's really no...
Wow.
I mean, the big story is the no flag there. Obviously, there's a sack, and it's second down and 17. You know, Gunderson did a nice job to get the sack. I have to credit him on that. But that was
of course,
just,
but after the sack and after the whistle had blown to throw like that, it's not an appropriate. And I don't care what team it's for.
Yep.
It's just that's
and
just
the referee is standing right there.
What the high school? That's not what high school football should be about.
And the referee was about 2 feet away. Didn't blow the whistle. Second down and 17.
It'd be interesting to see what conference they've come from.
Yeah. Here's the the pass off to the left side, looking for Maddie Burnett.
No. Yeah? Why do I get those two mixed up? I really need glasses more than I thought.
Number 5, Maddie Burnett, unable to get the catch there. As he threw it out to the left side, did Aiden Larson. A little bit outside of his range of motion. Brings up 3rd and 17 with 6:47 to go. Trips receivers to the right.
Woo!
Lisa's favorite formation in
That's
football.
Right.
It'll be Skifton going to the left side of the formation here.
Now we got
doubles on each side.
Oh, it's like double stuff.
And here is the...
Oh, I thought he was going to run it. Oh, my gosh.
Now he does run it. A little bit of a miscommunication as he gets slung forward for another couple extra yards. It'll be 4th down and
10.
11.
11?
At the 34-yard line.
What if they could try to kick it here for a field goal?
It'd be a 55-yarder. Might as well give your
why not?
Your kicker a chance.
He has got...
Ben Foss, a kicker.
He's
senior.
Good. Yeah.
He was bombing him, as you mentioned, from about 35 yards in pregame.
And that's where we're at right now.
Yep.
So he's got the leg.
Yep. 3 receivers out to the left side, 1 to the right.
Just putting some points on the board might help.
Hilltoppers looking to convert this 4th down here. Larson, a little pass over the middle, and
that's why
Maddie Burnett
are in the bleachers.
Yeah.
And not.
We are in the cheap seats. They are obviously on the sideline, and the incomplete pass to Maddie Burnett's going to bring out the Onalaska defense again.
I think the hope has faded for...
Yep, and just see the Onalaska players kind of with their heads down right now a little bit, and just a tough way for this season to end after you've been through so much. We mentioned the upset victory last week. You had a 6-4 year, which obviously, has been an up and down season as well, and you got a lot of great seniors that have led this team to the success they've had over these past 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's going to be up to the next class of juniors and sophomores and freshmen to continue carrying the load.
Thing about the playoffs is really only one team can win.
Yep.
So of the hundreds and hundreds of teams that start playing football in July and August, at the end of all of it, there's just one team. So whether that's Rice Lake that goes to state and wins state or not, someone's got to lose, unfortunately. Yep. And it just so happens that Onalaska has not played their best game. I think that had they been able to put together the best game possible, this would have been a much different outcome, at very least closer.
Yep.
It's unfortunate that this team seems to have Onalaska's number. Definitely not for lack of preparation, not for lack of talent, not for lack of coaching.
Yep. Just out-execution, unfortunately.
Out-executed, yeah. We talked about that, sorry.
Yep, 1st down and 10. Lando is going to take the left side of the formation, the 50-yard line here. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Easton Stone had a run before that for about 13 yards for a 1st down.
It does surprise me that the Warrior coaching staff has not put in some of the backups. Given the time, 5 minutes left, the likelihood of Onalaska coming back is slim to none. Putting in some of your backups to rest and potentially save any injuries that could happen between now and 4.5 minutes when the game is over.
2nd down and 9 upcoming. One receiver lined up to each side of the formation. Under center is Fenske. Just looks at the clock, taking as much time off it as possible before he snaps the football. And they pitch it to the right side. Big hole, 50, 45, 40, down to the 39-yard line. Balaji gets the big carry to the 39 of Onalaska. And they've been using him in all sorts of formations. He's come out of the backfield. He's gone on the jet sweep like that time, and obviously catching the football for 2 touchdowns, as well as getting a 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown as well.
Really set the tone for the game.
Yeah, he really did.
He's probably got to get player of the game, if not next to Stone.
3 touchdowns, two receiving, and 1 obviously on the kickoff return.
Almost an interception there.
Almost interception. Mm-hmm. He's been rushing the football as well, so...
Been great defensively on both sides of the ball. Just really played well.
Here is the play-action fake. Fenske has pressure. Rolling off to the left side after he escapes the sack, and now running back to the right side and just fires a bullet essentially into the ground short of the feet of number 9 there, the intended target. And that was Tegan Schreier. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, too, that allow us to come and bring these games to our viewers and listeners, and couldn't do it without our sponsors.
No question about it. And obviously on the video side as well, Kurt Paff, your State Farm agent, as well as Firefighters Credit Union. Mm-hmm. You guys have been great all season long. We appreciate all your support. And
Onalaska Game Day Supply.
Yep.
Kurt Paff again, and I know that there's others. I just got to get my list out.
Great sponsors on all these area teams, and I know all of them supported as well. Here's a run-up by Lando, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 8, officially 2 yards, as we get inside of 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this 4th quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37-yard.
You had a good crowd as well. We mentioned that. Onalaska crowd came ready to roar, and brought a couple of buses, a student bus and an adult bus. So
and they did roar.
They did roar.
Stamped
their feet.
Yep. They were there to support their team, and I think they, too, know the inevitability of going home for another 9 months or so until they strap the pads back on in July and get ready for another season. And so Coach Yashinsky will go back and he'll take a look at this film, and he doesn't like to lose.
Yeah. Obviously going to learn some things for next season and figure out what kind of roster he has as far as what kind of scheme is going to work the best. And that's the thing you see about Onalaska. Holman has just obviously their style. They're going to run that triple option offense.
They're not changing no matter who their people are.
Exactly. And Onalaska kind of adapts and changes to who their personnel is. And it's 4th down and 4 here as we come up on this next play with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. But obviously you mentioned this doesn't go back to August. This goes back to June. You're having all these summer practices. You're having 6-on-6, 7-on-7 passing drills, and so a lot of work has been going on these last 5-6 months. And just the finality of it, I think, is kind of the hard part for a lot of these teams. As we have a timeout here with 2:15 on the clock, 36-7 the score, Rice Lake on top. We're going to take a 60-second break as well. And we're back after this. This is high school playoff football on WKTY.
If it's happening in Wisconsin sports, you'll hear about it on the Wisco Sports Show.
Let's keep going to the phones. We got another call, 608-796-2558. Welcome to the show.
Hi, it's Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
I was a big Garcia fan also. I understand the trade, but it disappoints me and saddens me because I miss his love of the game and his smile. He has a really nice tush, too. So I miss that all.
I appreciate another Arcia fan. We're going to start Arcia's Anonymous, something like that, a support group for the rest of us.
I mean, I am glad the other shortstop is working out. He's finally getting his bat going and at least coming along, and that makes me happy. But I do miss Arcia because you could tell he loved the game. That was contagious. And he had just a contagious smile. Like when he smiled, he just lit up the room.
Brenda, where have you been my entire life, and especially the last couple weeks? I agree with everything you're saying.
Talking Wisconsin sports with Grant Bills. It's the Wisco Sports Show. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on WKTY.
Back here at Rice Lake as Easton Stone gets out of the backfield on a 4th down, and he is in for the touchdown. Easton Stone continues his strong second half performance.
And the Warriors have toppled the Hilltoppers.
42-7 with 2:04 remaining here in this fourth quarter. A couple of score updates for you. I'll jump in here quick, Lisa. But we have Cashton beating Bangor 34-14, a very impressive win. Bangor got the win in the regular season 17-13, but Cashton gets some revenge there. And also you had the Aquinas Blue Golds defeating Stanley Boyd 47-8. So they move on to level 3 of the high school football playoffs. So a couple of teams exiting, a couple of teams moving on in the Cooley region as the 2-point conversion is no good. And the score is 42-7 with 2:04 to go here in this fourth quarter. You got a score update as well, Lisa.
I got lots of score updates. So I'm not sure which one. Mosinee right now is going to lose to Baraboo 35-28. Their last play on 4th and 11 was intercepted. So winner of this game looks like Rice Lake will take on Baraboo. But perhaps not. I'll have to look at the pickup at the brackets and take a look. Hurley will play next week. They beat Edgar. Kettle Moraine wins. So they're coming in as
fast and furious.
Yes,
yep.
and
all the games kind of winding down here at the same time.
Right, and it's important for us to give you those scores, and we'd like to concentrate on the area scores. Obviously, we want to see this game end with 2 minutes left.
Hopefully, no injuries, and that's
yes.
Obviously the biggest thing. The fans are kind of getting a little bit restless here. The starters are still in for Rice Lake, but here's the kickoff to Nick Odom. He's going to take it at the 10-yard line and bounce it up the right sideline. Nice cutback move as he still tie ropes the sideline across the 30-yard line to the 34. Definitely is a nice job by him as that cutback move probably gave him about another 8 yards or so. So finding the hole when he needed to, and a nice
as
job
far
by
as
him.
playing the starters, I mean that's Rice Lake's prerogative.
Yep.
You don't always. I mean, I understand why they would play starters. I understand why you'd play backups. If it were me, I'd probably play backups when we're this close and not wanting to, see my starters potentially have an injury. So it looks like this,
that's their decision.
It is their decision,
and they decided to
keep their starters in.
To keep their starters in, and here is the handoff, right side here. Nice run on the play. And that was...
Don't know where that's been all game. 8-yard gain.
Nice job that time. Number 44 for Onalaska as they get a couple of new players in.
You wonder, too, if
Ephraim
playing for the majority on a regular grass and practicing on that and only having a couple games on turf, if that has any effect. Yeah, it really is. It's a lot more spongy. It's less slippery. You just don't have that grip.
Yep.
So you wonder...
Second down and
that
1.
That has something to do with it?
Yeah. You got different cleats. You got different equipment, obviously. And here is a run by Coe again, and he picks up a first down. 33 seconds to go. Clock will continue to run as we have hit running clock formation here. Hilltoppers do get a first down and 10. Hilltoppers.
I don't even think they're going to run a play. I think they're just going to be done. So congratulations to the Rice Lake Warrior. Go ahead, final 42-7. As they'll move on to level 3, and maybe next year, Onalaska Hilltoppers can beat the ceiling off of this level 2 and move on to level 3. So good luck to area teams. Be safe. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors. Drew Kelly, I'll let you close us out. Sorry.
42-7 the final score as the Hilltoppers are unable to crack the code that is the Rice Lake Warriors. A great thank you again to our fans, our listeners, our sponsors, our watchers. everybody that was part of this performance here tonight and all throughout the season. And thank you to Sam back at the studio. Thanks to Cole here, who is braving the elements with us. And we will sign off here from Rice Lake tonight. 42-7 the final. This has been a presentation of WKTY Sports 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Until next time, good night.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
I'm Brittany Stiles from Midwest Family Entertainment, and I can't wait to meet you. Let's chat about your event, whether it's a wedding, anniversary party, birthday party, all kinds of reasons to celebrate. And we've got your entertainment needs covered. From our DJ